Okay. I'm caffeinated, agitated, and some other word that rhymes with both of those. So let's get to it. Not actually agitated. It's hard to agitate me, except for maybe an hour ago. All right, let's hop to it. We need a little like this will not do. The silence. I'm gonna do Call for Heroes. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We had quite an eventful last session. Okay, let's see what we got. State. You returned to Waterdeep, aboard Skyreach Castle. Yes, you did. You arrived in style, marching forward with the Macaw's dwarves behind you. The giants remaining on Skyreach. Legalthus, the lord of Skyreach Castle, told you that he will represent the Giants Alliance, and that they do stand with your small folk army, but Skyreach belongs to the Giants. And then sort of floated away. But with that, you have a small army of Yeti and Archmage, and a small army of some North dwarves. As you entered into the city, you had the most strange experience. Very much like the ground under your feet shaking, the calm before the sort of last breath before a storm, that sort of rumbling before an earthquake, that sinking feeling as you see the tsunami, as you see the water receding and the tsunami is about to come. All of these things sort of sounded off for you, and you heard Waterdeep, the city of splendor. Hundreds of thousands of people go completely silent for a good 10 seconds and then resume. And you knew something was amiss, especially considering your wonderful black dragon, Lyragoth, sort of sensed it on the wind and seemed to suggest that it was some kind of call. And she sort of said, "No, I'm not going to take the call. I'm not going to pick up." So she has stayed with you guys. It seems that loyalty is still well and strong with Dragon. You all went home to your steading. You hired a steward who helped you all commission the creation of stables and a chapel, considering you not only have a series of giant goats, but also a number of riding horses to stable now, and you're just kind of roaming around your property. Harvest is going well. Also worth noting, the Macaw's dwarves joined your estate guard, and there was they're just kind of sleeping around wherever they can put their heads down. But Waterdeep, as the Macaw's dwarves have come as allies, the government of Waterdeep is basically working with your steward to ensure that they're properly funded, so it's not going to be on your bill to have those guards. Let's see. Ciela sells a remarkable bow from the Dragon's Hoard, which was worth probably more than the whole hoard, which, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Terrence hired the Sister of the Earth, Helen Wally, to be the priestess of the new chapel on the estate of Chantia. Your steward, Marco Sterling, is tending the house and doing all of your stuff for you. And then you were invited to the first official Council of Waterdeep at the Lord's Palace at Castle Waterdeep. You attended the first council meeting, and a number of things happened worthy of note. Many allies have gathered to your back, which I'll very briefly name as a reminder. You have representing the Harpers, not your old friend Master Leosin Erlenthar, but Romalia Haventree, the wife of a lord. Let me see if I can get that guy's name. What was your guy? Not as important. I'll find it for you if you really require it. But basically, one of the lords of Waterdeep was assassinated while you were away, and roused great anger against the cult, where he was a very popular lord and a masked lord and sat on the governing council of Waterdeep. And Romalia is his now widowed wife and has a deep vengeance she seeks for against the cult of the dragon as leader of the lead delegate of the Harpers. There is, of course, your old companion, your old friend Onthar Froome, representing the Order of the Gauntlet. There is, as you've met once before, Master Ranger Delenn Winterham, representing the Emerald Enclave, the only delegate in all of Waterdeep representing the Emerald Enclave. Lady Laurel Silverhand, a legendary chosen seven sister of Mystra, powerful mage and noble woman of Waterdeep, Lady Laurel Silverhand. There is the Lord Protector of Neverwinter and the Open Lord of Waterdeep itself, Lord Dagult Neverember. There is Ambassador Conrad Branamble, the former king of Mithril Hall, comes now to represent the Dwarven Holds of the North. There is Marshal Ulder Ravengar, better known as Grand Duke Ulder Ravengar from Baldur's Gate, a master tactical mind and great militant leader. There is King Melindrock, the father of Erebir, and leader of the elven people of the High and Misty Forests, or of the Misty Forest and representing those of both forests. There is Tarn Thunderspell's Hornblade, representing the Silver Marches, as he used to be its former leader, now here as the lead delegate. Then there's, of course, the famous dragon hunter Sir Istival, representing Daggerford in the negotiations. There's also a rather shady individual who seems to be serving as Dagult Neverember's advisor, one Rion Nightshade, who I believe it was determined that she is there on behalf of the Zentran. And those are the people who sit on the council. The events went as thus. They discussed your previous things you've done and weighed for their different factions if they approved or disapproved of different things you did. For example, the destruction of the eggs was not very in good favor with the Emerald Enclave, but everyone pretty much else was like, yeah, fuck that, fuck those guys. And you guys have made some waves, to be certain. I'm certain if you wanted to get a precise idea of how well you did during the council, how well different factions are feeling about all you guys, I have no doubt that you could wander about and try and get a sense of the vibe, the mood after the actual council heard. But yes, they reviewed all the things you did. They spoke of many things, including this horn that went off. Someone was brought in to advise the council, a Lady Dulles Stommerhelv, who was treated with some distrust from the more militant members of the council, but was able to tell you all, without revealing her sources, that this strange effect that happened in Waterdeep, and still happens, came from something known as a Drakhorn, an ancient dragon artifact that is basically said to summon chromatic dragons. Has been sort of altered against its original purpose. And I believe that was mostly the session, and you've been set up for two potential ways forward. One of which is perhaps continuing to investigate the Drakhorn with the Lady Dulles Summerhelv, see what else she might know. But the council also suggested that you follow up with Romalia Haventry, as her Harper agents have begun to focus their resources on the cult's active and most powerful members, and have believed that with the help, they believe that they've begun to track down one of the Worm Speakers and ask you to go seek and defeat this Worm Speaker. So you have some options. There is certainly much to do. But with that, the council was called. And again, just to be clear, feel free to ask any questions you might have. That was a lot of information last session. No worries. But you guys all step out. The various parties have all sort of entered the guest hall and have sort of an afternoon meal and begin to wheel and deal and talk with one another and get a sense of each other as they're engaged around the hall. what would you all like to do after the council is called to?
I guess for one, I'll try and regroup, assemble with the rest of the party.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Uh, I think that went pretty well, all things considered.
I agree. I could have gone a lot worse, that's for sure. But I think we've got a few solid allies, um, and I'm curious to explore what Romalia Haventree has discovered about the Worm Speaker. Um, do you guys think we should follow the Drakhorn or go defeat the Worm Speaker?
Um, I think if we go right in the middle of the enemy's nest before we're prepared, that we're gonna die. So I think we should pick off the smaller, like take off the limbs before we go for the body.
I like this idea.
Yeah, that might be wise. Assuming they're not coming from the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not say that.
Well, Lyragoth has an idea of where to go when the time comes.
All right. Well, I would think the sooner the better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what. So Ciela, um, if you would you have talked to Lyron Gorn about this since? And to be clear, Lyron Gorn would have continued.
Lyragoth.
Lyragoth. Sorry, that is a city in Talvore. I apologize. Lyragoth. You would have noticed that throughout these couple days waiting for the council to begin, like Lyragoth is basically constantly like, on. You know when a cat is like really attention, it's all puffed up.
Yeah.
You'd imagine that if Lyragoth
Had fur.
had fur, that would be Lyragoth's constant state these past
It's
couple
just the
days. So,
scales.
The scales stick up. Yeah.
yeah, the scales sticking up or the wings flared or whatever. But it seems like Lyragoth is constantly hearing this sound. And if you tried to learn anything about it, I'm going to say for the sake of not completely just destroying the module, Lyragoth hears it, but it's almost like a giant reverberant echo. And could try and start wandering around to follow it, but isn't really sure how to. Like hears it knows it's there, knows it's a call, but and then it's just some mystery. You don't know if it's because Lyragoth has been strangely altered by your ranger magic, or if Lyragoth is steering from the original alignment of the Black Dragon, or if it's because maybe this is how it works for all chromatic dragons, but Lyragoth didn't get the memo like many other chromatic dragons may have got about where to go once they hear the call. You're not sure the reason, but Lyragoth it would take probably a very long time for Lyragoth to singularly try and track this ambient sound. So Lyragoth couldn't just like take you to the boss battle, unfortunately. If that's what we're thinking.
But there's still somebody who might.
True.
There is still somebody who might.
So maybe, yeah. What was her name? Dala, Silverheld.
Silmerheld. Dala Silmerheld. Has the weirdest fucked up name. But
she is the guest speaker.
Yes, she was the one who was brought on to advise upon the Drakhorn. You could always follow up with her, see if she knows anything more than she said.
I think we should do that, but in a less public setting.
You can absolutely do that if you wish. sort of take her aside. Is that what you guys would like to do? Approach her and take her aside for a private comment? All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. You guys approach the Lady Silmerhelve, and her and Laurel Silverhand are sort of having a conversation. You get the sense they probably know each other. Lady Silverhand being a prominent Waterdevian noble, and Silmerhelm being a lady of Waterdeep. And Silverhand will say, Dragonsbane, it's good to see you all. I imagine you would like to have some more words with our mysterious benefactor.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some inquiries that don't necessarily need to be shared with the rest of the council.
I understand. Well, don't allow me to take more precious time away from all. She will very politely bow her head to all of you, and then to Lady Silmerhelve, and says, "Perhaps we might speak later, Lady Silmerhelve." And she says, "Oh, that would be my complete honor, Lady just go away. Our names are too similar." And Silverhand disappears. she goes to continue carousing with other members of the council and other delegates. And Lady Silmerhelve says, "I have been in the castle once or twice. Please, right this way. Perhaps we might find more private quarters."
Yes, thank you.
Sweet. And she's going to guide you guys not to the bedchambers. No. I think she'll, with escort, you guys will be escorted. I don't think we're going to go through multiple levels of the palace. Perhaps you see Ramalia Haventree and Leah Sinnerlanthar just sort of speaking with one another by the wine table. Rion's probably as personal advisor, just kind of standing looking very clearly sketchy off to the side near towards Dagult, who is just kind of having a glass alone or is being attended to by a number of delegates who want to speak to him. But you guys all would find yourself into a private little booth at the back of the room, very far away from any prying ears. Yeah, you could take her aside. She'll have a seat by the window. It says, "Good, we have a chance to speak some more."
Yes. We know you have some knowledge about this Drakhorn, and we are very interested in locating it.
Undoubtedly. And I'm going to tell you all about it. All right.
I'm so glad you're so forthcoming.
Of course. I'm very happy to tell you more, provide you with more information. So, the Sea of Moving Ice. Perhaps some of you might have heard of it. CLI, I'm going to give it to you for free because of your sailor background. This would be very easy knowledge for one who is versed in the water trails of the world. In fact, I'll just pop you onto the map super quick and you can get a little visual where that is. All right, this would be the Sea of Moving Ice. This is near Icewind Dale, the Arctic-y northern portions of the Sword Coast. That would be your Sea of Moving Ice. Just familiar with the Sea of Moving Ice?
Yes.
Excellent.
Not exactly tropical.
No, it is not. But the Sea of Moving Ice, we're going to go back to the map because this is far too cheery and naturey. Just going to mute you there. You can hear your clickety clacks. The Sea of Moving Ice was last known location of the Drakhorn, as far as I know, but no one can pinpoint its present location from the sound or even verify with oh, sweet, I wasn't even like screwing up I wasn't even like making up my own lore, it's true. So Lyragoth cannot discern the present location. No one can pinpoint the present location from the sound or even verify with certainty that the relic is still in the Northern Sea, but the search must start there. The one person who could tell us more is a tiefling sorceress called Macath the Crimson. That is her name. No one alive knows more about the Dracorn than her, but the Arcane Brotherhood, of which she is also a member, hasn't seen her for some 3 years. She was investigating the Sea of Moving Ice when she disappeared.
But you think she could still be alive?
Oh, most certainly. The Arcane Brotherhood is a league of mages based out of the city of Luskin, a pirate city, considered by many, up in the north, near the Sea of Moving Ice, past Neverwinter. Not quite in the Sea of Moving Ice, but definitely past Neverwinter. And it is a very renowned academy. If she had expeditions into the north, she surely would have gone well supplied. And she herself would have been a capable mage, I have no doubt, though it has been some long time that perhaps her research endeavors just were simply of a long expedition. Regardless of if the possibility of her having met her demise there is of course possible, but regardless, if her body were to be found, valuable information could be garnered through certain magics.
True.
Magics, information that only she of all people, and perhaps the whole Sword Coast other than our enemies, would be aware of.
What was her name again?
Her name is Macath the Crimson. Maccath. Macath the Crimson. I imagine you can probably guess why she's called the Crimson, being a tiefling.
Well, that's at least should be easy to spot amongst the snow and ice.
Indeed. I won't tell you such. Macath reported her progress to the Hot Tower by way of sending spell. The Host Tower. This is the center of the Arcane Brotherhood's activity. It's their academy in Luskin. That's what the Host Tower is. But I am aware that she's been keeping in contact by way of sending spells, and her last report spoke of seeing ice hunters paddling their sealskin boats towards a huge iceberg, flattened like a plateau across its surface, but rigid by icy peaks. And she had intended to follow the ice hunters and investigate the iceberg. After that, no more reports came.
If we choose to go that direction, I might be able to secure us a spot on a ship to take us as far north as they can, if they're going that way.
Well, if you, from what the council said, you've all been deputized, I imagine. Well, I'll tell you what, you would know this, Ciela, because you're, because of your sailor background, I can give it to you as well. To go where she is telling you guys you should go start your search, this is no place for any old ship. You're going to require a ship with a low keel, probably both a rowing and sailing team for quick maneuvers around ice. Yep. Not a ship that you certainly possess,
No.
but you do have your writ of deputization. Certainly an asset that you could justifiably procure for this mission if you wanted to go to the dock and try and find yourself a worthy crew.
Mm-hmm.
And a captain and their ship. And yep. But I digress. Dala will say, I digress. Attempts. I should continue. Attempts to find Macath using scrying or other magical means to locate her have only turned up her ship, adrift and heavily damaged somewhere in the Sea of Moving Ice. Some of the ship's crew were seen dead, but no sign of the tiefling sorcerer were ever found. However, the lair of a dragon is powerful. Well, the lair of a dragon was found there. A dragon by the name, historically known as um, Orthator. I will spell that. Arauthator. Orthator. But a powerful, powerful dragon. Perhaps even of ancient proportion. This dragon is known as Orthator, and has no doubts protected its hoard against scrying magics. If Makath is alive, in addition to the lore that she could share regarding the Dracorn, the Arcane Brotherhood would be very grateful to have her back, and possibly you might find them allies of this council you're trying to form together. Possibly. I do not wish to speak for them, as I am not a member.
Well, we're always looking for more allies.
Certainly. But allow me to tell you a little bit of what I know of the dragon, Orthator. Indeed, a terrible dragon, a white dragon, that haunts the sea of moving. The legends say that it haunts the sea of moving ice like an avenging wind, and is the personification of brutality and savagery. There is no dragon, they say, alive with more in tune with those two things, bestial and savage as it. That is what I know, but I imagine, and by the sounds of things, perhaps Makath ran into Orthator way in the north. It might be worth keeping an eye out. Such a powerful dragon might, for all I know, be guarding Dracorn up there. But so I advise great caution when you head north, and for such a mighty dragon, there would be no better place for it to make its lair. A veritable obstacle course of sharp ice, a place where not just any ship or any force could travel to, massive icebergs one could easily hide amongst, freezing temperatures that it would take a survival expert and a skilled sailor both to even have a hope of navigating. You'll have to perhaps look quite hard if you mean to find such a sailor.
Or we've got one right here.
We kind of have one.
There's like a Scott Pilgrim moment where the camera like punches into her face. She goes, "Oh," and she's like, "Incredible, truly." Wow, the gods must have. The gods do have their fun ways of choosing their champions.
I'd
How
know
excellent!
chose this.
You were like dragging, and you knew it was for you.
Yeah.
Incredible. She goes, "Is there anything else? I think I've told you everything I know, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer."
I'm satisfied. I know you're very keen on keeping your sources close to chest, and I can respect that.
I'm afraid so. And thank you, may I say, Harvest Master Marigold, you for coming to my aid when I felt the council's distrust, and feel you helped me navigate that tricky situation. So thank you.
Your information is valuable to everybody, whether they know it or not.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Anybody else? Then I think we're done here. Thank you.
Excellent. And she will stand up gracefully, elegantly, and she'll say, "Well, I don't imagine I will be taken away from Waterdeep anytime soon. So hopefully things go well in the Sea of Moving Ice, and if not, I'm sure we can compare notes when you get back."
Be careful. Know that Waterdeep's not impenetrable.
No, not after what happened to whatever.
What's his name?
Oh, what's his name? No, I've definitely got it. Any moment now.
Mr. Haventry.
Mr. Havage surprisingly doesn't have her last name. Don't know what that's about. Oh, yes, here it is. Oh, yes, after the death of Lord Athagast Ulbrinter. Yes.
Huh.
Easy name to remember. How silly of me. One of the more simple names I've heard across the circuit. I don't know why the Forgotten Realms insists on having such difficult names, but whatever. But anyway, yes, I appreciate the advice. Indeed, it does seem that the Dragon Cult does have its eyes set on Waterdeep, but if we are to survive this menace, we must stand together and have courage against our enemies.
Yes. All right, I think we have everything we need. We should probably stop by and speak with Remy before we go.
The lady will sort of do a very elegant curtsy, and she will excuse herself from the parlor and return back to the general mass of lords and ladies. But yeah, if you guys wanted to go speak to Romalia Haventry, you certainly could.
I also wanted to talk to Delan as well.
Absolutely. All right. Would you like to speak to Delan after the meeting with Remy?
Sure.
Cool. So the party will approach the two Harpers. Come on, work. Good. There we go. So you guys approach, and Romali is speaking with Leosin. And as you approach, Leosin does the whole, there's a little symbol in the background, a very Buddha Zen symbol. And Romalia turns around with her elegance, period, I guess. And she will say, "Good to see you all. I suppose you would wish to learn more of the mission ahead, what my Harpers have found out."
Yeah, we'll take all the information we can get. I think, yeah, we'll hear what you have to say.
Excellent. I've been tracking their movements, trying to find more of these worm speakers. You all have done quite well to have defeated this Resmir the Black, and her defeat has led us in the direction of perhaps another. A worm speaker that goes by the name of Varum the White. I will say, as a quick recollection, I believe, maybe not. It's sometimes hard to distinguish what I read in the thing and then what was given off in passing. So maybe it's up to you guys if you've heard of this name or not. Says, yes, indeed. So this worm speaker. Oh, this one's a little more tricky. Let's see here. Leosin will sort of pipe up at this point. He says, "Very well. So, we have heard of this Varum the White, who's actually a little further south, by a place called Borsko Bridge. We were told of Varum's recent movements there and a probable destination that they mean to intend on. But yes, there is some rumor. Let's see, Sorry, I gotta do this module. Try and find out what they actually meant to be. Yes. So, Remy will actually tell you about this. She'll say, "So, I wanted to bring to your attention something that may have been overlooked in your last adventure. Do you recall you heard about the very thorough report of your battle with Resmir the Black? And if we might recount those events, as I'm sure they're painful to some of you, and I apologize for that, uh, but rather important we do so. During the battle, some of you reported on, while fighting, Resmir wore a mask, or this black mantle of sorts upon her head. Yes? And when she was defeated, you said that she disintegrated, but the actual mask seemed to vanish, and then a chest in the corner itself vanished as well. Yes?
I wasn't there for that part.
That's what happened.
Yes.
I was pretty groggy. I don't remember shit.
As Star speaks for the first time to Roy. Like, I see. She'll take you, Ciela, as you're the one who witnessed it. She goes, well, my agents have actually learned something as such. These masks, there's not just the one. This isn't a specific item to Resmir, but we have, it might be a little bit of rumor here and there, but there is a mask, perhaps for each color of dragon, and they might actually end up being quite important. From what we understood of the battle that you took part in, we have reason to believe that the mask itself provided Resmir with certain physical enhancements that were directed towards the power of the Black Dragon, such as, I believe in your report you said that your dragon turned against you, Ciala, for one, and I believe that she was particularly acidically based in her resistances and damages. We believe that these masks have the power to enhance the wearer, and every worm speaker might possess one of a different color, which brings us to this Verum the White, Master Leosid, if you will. He says, yes, thank you, Remy. Yes, we have rumors that that the white dragon mask that belonged to Verum the White has actually been stolen from him. I learned that the dwarf Verum was seen at a trading settlement at Borsker Bridge near the Serpent Hills to the south. We have hoppers spread far and wide on intelligence gathering missions, and we think that this is the best place to start. Pick up his trail, follow him from there, maybe learn more of these dragon masks and take down a worm speaker in the process, or bring him captive, whatever you see fit. Your actions on your missions will persuade the council, and it'll be for you to decide which are the best choices, of course. But if you wish to find and defeat another worm speaker and perhaps learn more of these dragon masks, I would recommend starting at the tent city of Bosker Bridge. And I will once again report to the map and give you an idea of where that is. Where are you? Ops, there you are.
What's the name of the bridge?
It's got a fucked up name. It is called Borisker Bridge. Bor, as it's spelled, Boar, Eskyr, Bridge.
Okay.
Borisker Bridge, near the Serpent Hills. Ow, beat me. Oh, where are you, you silly settlement? I know it's around here somewhere. Okay, Google, it's time for your help.
Wait, so the worm speaker is at Borsker Bridge?
Was seen there.
Oh, okay.
But the mask has been stolen.
It's a rumor, but they believe that this rumor is worthy enough of pursuit. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There we go. My apologies. So that's Borsker Bridge. Right here. Right here. So I'll tell you what, as this is your sort of battle map, I'm going to drop some pings here. Ooh, these are cool. I'll tell you what, we'll use the little swords to signify like a mission. Nah, we can do better than that. How about a golden shield? Because you guys are so freaking heroic. There we go. We want it nice and plain view. So that's your mission number 1 from the Harpers. Your mission number 2 is up here, and that is where, yeah, your storm giants are currently. You know what? I might just start throwing some markers around to help you track where everything is in relationship. So I'm going to throw a frost giant over here. I believe it was the ice spires. Yeah, so we're going to put a nice frost giant token so you know where your giant army is right now. Or at least its last location. And then you guys will be represented by, let's say, the very heroic Terrence Marigold Jr. Or did I already make a mini for you? It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of trying to situate you right now. Okay, we're using Ciela because she's the first there. This is where you guys are at. Don't be shy. There you go. So that's kind of the sitch right now. I'll make them shine too. So get a good memory. Okay. So those are your locations. Erlanthar will say, I'm sorry I don't have more information for you. As I said, we do have the Harper spread far and wide attempting to learn more. And this is what we have learned from rumor alone. But if the rumor is true, we best pounce on it immediately. And I trust no one more than all of you to infiltrate, investigate, move quickly, catch up, do what you do best, and possibly deal with any dangers along the way. A Wormspeaker is surely to be well guarded, perhaps by more than just simple humanoid threat.
Yeah, especially after the death of Resmir.
Resmir had
Especially.
a couple of dragons, so it might be safe to assume that this other worm speaker will also have a couple of dragons. Just who knows how big.
Possibly. Now we're in my bedroom. Sorry about that.
What?
No, that's just
Excuse me?
excuse me. I'm feeling a little cornered all of a sudden. So she says, well, yes, that is unfortunately all we know. As I said, as Master Leeson said, we have Harper spread far and wide on our intelligence gathering missions, doing all we can to summon any tidbit of information we can of the cult and its leaders. And by the time you return from your journeys, perhaps even the second session of Waterdeep as early as, we might have learned more significant and maybe track down another worm speaker. Who knows?
Okay. What does everybody think about that information? I think it's quite helpful. Very interested in seeing if we can acquire this white mask.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, and this is just an idea, we take care of the north first because it's the closest, and move our way down the coast.
Is it the closest?
And
I'm still
excellent.
down to go for the Dracorn first.
Well, it's the fastest to get to because we can go by boat.
Well, see, I'm thinking if we can get this white mask, maybe it'll have some influence over the white dragon in the north.
Oh, yeah. Or give us an edge on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. Go for the mask first.
We still have Skyreach Castle, right?
Yes, but it is not yours to utilize. That belongs to the giants. They were gracious enough to provide you a ride back to Waterdeep, but they are now considered just like, you know, a military factional asset now. So they're not. It's not for your personal use. You guys decided to pick the way of being the good guys and not kill all the giants and take this castle for yourself. So
Rats.
unfortunately, you don't get to keep it. Yeah. Well, darn.
Okay.
I mean, I assume they have like a going rate. Like,
The castle.
the world's biggest Uber.
The world's biggest. Your Uber is here.
But
How far is it to either location?
I'm working on that presently.
Oh,
Well, it always, of course, depends on your means of travel. So let me work on that behind the scenes a little bit because that's not going to be a very quick answer. I need to look at vehicle speeds and such. So give me half a moment while I figure that out. But feel free to continue in the meantime chatting.
if we do decide to go for the mask first, it would probably be wise to keep this Varen the White alive on the off chance that it disappears when they perish.
Yeah.
What
something.
happens if we have to kill them?
We don't.
That's funny.
But my knives are for stabbing.
Use
Stop.
the not sharp side.
Damn.
But my knives are for stabbing. That's funny. You don't know where I've been. You don't know what I've done.
And my cloak is covered in blood. This is normal.
We can get dry cleaning.
No.
We got it good here. We have these amenities.
You have a
I don't know
staff,
what
in fact.
amenities.
I don't know what that word means. That's pretty funny. So Cielo, in the background of Star and Terrence, you know, having a little joke. You're like, you got a map out, and you're like mapping it out and stuff. So you're proficient with cartographer's tools by chance, or
I
navigator's
believe I
tools? What do you
am.
got?
Let me just check.
Yeah, let me know what you got.
We're
Yeah.
busting out the protractor.
Yeah, bust out that.
Yep, navigator's
tool.
tools.
Fucking right. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence, or you know what? Yeah, this is more about mileage and time, not about actual. I'll be generous. Maybe either an intelligence or wisdom check with proficiency.
Okay. So that would be a 23.
Okay, easy enough. So you would know that the best ship, combining the need for speed, that was unintentional, but it sounds great anyway. Combining your need for like being able to get there quickly and navigating the ice shelves without, you know, immediately destroying your ship, you're going to require a long ship. And you've been on a long ship here and there. Maybe your father owned a long ship before he upgraded to maybe like a larger sailing ship or a galley. Long ships do about 120 miles a day, and given that you're in Waterdeep and you're going past the initial ice shelf, it's probably going to take you about 8 days to get anywhere near this location that's been spoken of. So 8 days by long ship out of the port of Waterdeep.
Okay.
So that's what you know about getting to that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the other one.
It'll take us just less than 2 weeks to get there if we go by longboat. I might be able to secure us a ride. I know a few people.
I know a guy.
Well, if it's a quicker route, then perhaps we should do that first.
Can we take a boat upriver?
Like a salmon?
Yeah.
So we can go down the coast and then across by land.
All right, here we go. Here it is. So you would know that you could technically take a ship if you wanted to go to Borsker Bridge, but the issue with taking a ship is like once you get there, you need to then track them probably by land, in which your ship will then be rendered not as helpful. Whereas if you take like, say, a horse or a giant goat or dragon, whatever, you're a little bit more mobile on land. So while you can do that, it might not be the best for a sort of hunt and destroy mission that you're going for here. Maybe destroy, we'll see. But anyway, Borsker Bridge is about 650 from you guys. You guys all have, what is your fastest steeds you guys all have? You have riding horses, right?
We got
Yeah.
horses and goats and a
And a
dragon and a
griffin.
griffin.
Dragon and Griffin. So I'm gonna go take a little look here. Griffins can fly. I'm not too worried about griffins. They need to rest though, is the problem when they fly. So they're sort of like sprinter creatures. They're not really good for long distance travel.
They gotta stop and eat a horse.
Yeah, they gotta stop and eat a horse. You all have riding horses, yes, I believe. I thought some of you might have had drafts, but you all got riding horses at one point. So your riding horses do a 60-foot speed around. Oh fuck! What was the number I said? How many miles away was it?
600 something.
600 something. Just gonna do a little double check here, real quick. Take 2 seconds. Okay, getting on to 650, something like that. More like 670. So 670 miles. You guys would be on riding horseback. Traveling 8 hours per day because of course, on riding horseback at the 60-foot pace, it would take 13 days to get to Borsker Bridge. Maybe a little longer than 13 days. You could always accelerate your travel pace and sort of like take on a fast pace. Your passive perception would take a hit, make you more open to ambush, but you're also on horses, so you can just run away if you get ambushed. And that would bring it down to 10 days or 10 days plus if you guys were just to like trot the entire way, rather than just like a gentle canter.
Okay, 10 days if we push it.
Yeah, 10 days if you push it.
Or 8 days for if we get a ship and go north.
Yeah.
At least 8 days.
Yeah, and that's horses by land. If you guys want me to try and look into other methods of travel to Borsker Bridge, like if you want to try the ship route, the ship method, yeah, I could give you the information on that. But there would be the similar issues of, I mean, you can always take a different kind of ship. You could always hire out a sailing ship to just take you to Borsker Bridge and leave you there.
Could we bring our mounts on the ship?
Depending on the ship, you could certainly try and use your deputy powers to like, what's the word?
Commission?
Commission, yeah, I guess would be the right word. Commission like a galley to basically stow your horses down in the hold and then try and make the journey south. Let me look into that really briefly to see if that's any faster. Vehicles. Definitely do a galley with a long ship. Oh, not a long ship, a sailing ship maybe though. It's like 150 tons. And it's got a pretty decent cargo bay too. Galley could certainly take it. I think you could find the right sailing ship to do the job. So again, Ciela, referring to you being the most sort of
Seaworthy?
intelligent sailor of the group. And a sailing ship definitely, galley or a sailing ship can navigate those waterways. So a sailing ship being the fastest, you can put your horses on it and it'd be the fastest to get there. That would be 120 miles a day. So give it a moment while I just track you down there. All right, give her a moment. This is going to be a wee bit tricky. Holy shit, this is one hell of a waterway. So it's a bit of a zigzag. That'd be 1,050 miles. Let's call that 150 divided by 20. It would be faster. It would be about 9 days if you wanted to take sailing ship. You take sailing ship down the, I think it's called the Winding Water is the name of the waterway you would be taking. You would definitely have to, really utilize that that deputized power. I think you would know, particularly there, Miss Sailor Lady who traveled with traders. There isn't. It's not a particularly interesting tradeway. So it's not like you could go find a ship. It's like, hey, are you going to go down the winding waterway? They're going to be like, fuck no. Why would I go down there? There's no trading opportunities there. So it would be very much like you'd have to lean on somebody a little bit because there's nothing for them there. Probably, or you could just commission the ship, whatever you want.
Yep, that's the ship's passage. That's what it basically says. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe your dad will be around willing to do you a favor. Who knows?
He's not going to help me chase dragons.
I mean, if he doesn't, he's breaking the law if you present your
Fair.
writ.
We can see if Pop's in town.
Force father to see my way of things now that I have diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we think? What's our official decision?
So you went. I think the majority of us wanted to go south first. So let's do that.
All right, sounds good.
Let's see if I can find us a boat.
Boat. Wait. No, not boats again. Starters realizing.
Oh wait.
Yeah, boat sick.
Yay, boat! Wait. Oh no, not a boat. That's funny. All right, about 9 days by sailing ship. Okay. Sweet. With that, is there anything? Romalia and Leah have just been like drinking and like talking to each other while you guys have been like, dude, like, okay, we do this. We like take a sailing ship. We can go like down here, and they're just like, yeah, so it's pretty cool council meeting. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the information, Romalia. We're going to commission a sailing ship and head directly to Borsker Bridge as soon as possible.
Excellent. I'll be very excited to hear if this rumor turns up merit. And once more, I would like to apologize that we don't have more agents up to the task. We Harpers are all hands on deck right now. Every available agent at mine or Leason's disposal is currently on intelligence gathering missions, so a strike force such as yourself is much more fitting at this time than what we have available.
Now, our goal here is to bring Varen the White back alive.
If that is what you think is best. You are, we are by no means giving you orders. You are certainly our tip of the sword. You You understand how the council works. It's been explained many times. What you do on your missions is we will judge what your actions are, but we do not hold any sort of command over you. You are all equal members of the council.
And how do you think our actions have been judged thus far? How do you think things went?
Make me a persuasion check, Aravir, to see if the Harpers are at least willing to reveal how they feel about how things have gone.
Yeah, I get a 24.
Well, that'll do, won't it? Let's see. Let's see. Give me a moment. All right. Romalia will. I'm not sure what to tell you how close we are. Romalia will say. Just gotta double check. Romalia will say, I must admit, we Harpers, we value knowledge, intelligence, and though your actions have been most heroic indeed, I think we Harpers would have definitely appreciated if these enemies you defeated were brought in for questioning, captured, and so they could be interrogated. We could learn more through them. Your actions have been, as I've said, heroic and well to the point, but a loss of resources here and there. I think the Harper, and I must speak for my faction, not for my personal feelings. I have certain feelings towards the Cult of the Dragon that are not entirely in sync with what my faction appreciates. So I will simply say that my faction appreciates resources and intelligence, and there were opportunities on your journey that were forgone. I think if you wish to prove to the Harpers more that this could be an alliance that works, perhaps there needs to be more attention towards bringing in important assets as opposed to killing them outright.
That's indeed, thank you.
Certainly. So with your very high roll, you've not only gained insight into how they're currently feeling, which is, we like you, but we do them better, but also what would please the Harpers, like what they look for.
Mm.
All right. Thank you for your time. I think we have one more stop before we make our exit.
Oh yeah. Erebir, you wanted to go talk to Delenn Winterhill?
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so as you will walk through, you will see, perhaps quite comically, the two most status-wise, probably the most royal of the bunch. Ambassador Brown Amble is the former king of Mithril Hall, so he's royal blood. And King Melindrock is a legitimate and current king of the Elven people, have been seated at the same table. And almost like it almost reminds you of battle lines, where you see like King Melindrock and Bran Amble in the center, flanked by two dignitaries. They all sort of talk rather measuredly. These elves do. The elves talk rather measuredly across the table, and the dwarves sort of laser eye at them. Dwarves and elves have never fully got along. So a very interesting situation there. And as you walk by Erebir, would you walk into the eye line of your father, or are you trying to avoid your father?
No, she's not trying to avoid him. She doesn't try to speak with him either, though. Yeah, she'd walk in line of him.
All right. You somewhat intentionally walk in the eye line, as there was a choice to be made. And you do so, and you're unconcerned. You don't know about his reaction if you don't wish to look in his direction. And you would find Delon Winterhound maybe brooding is the word. I don't want to go. I don't want to say full brooding, but certainly being the antisocial ranger that he is, he's a bit of a huntsman, not one for these political bouts. You see him kind of standing against the wall, looking a little low on social batteries, despite having not said much in the council. And you approach him, and he will smile at your approach, and he will say a sort of elven greeting to you, which would be like, I'm not going to say a formality, but it's a sign of respect, sort of like an elvish, respectful way of saying. He'll probably say, "Anethera Erevir."
And good evening to you. How have you found the proceedings so far?
Make me a persuasion check. See if you can learn a little about the Emerald Enclave.
10.
10. He will say, it's good to see so many have come together to try and oppose this threat. We're not unified yet, which is unfortunate, but every faction is weighing the importance of the threat. If defense is more important than offense, and I must do so as well. So it's good to see so many have come together, but I hope in the end the best decision's made.
I think it's only a matter of time before most of our allies come together. I mean, it's the cult is a force to be reckoned with, and it'll take us all to defeat them.
I couldn't agree more. So you have quite a job ahead of yourself, Erevir, you and your allies, your Dragon's Bane. To unite so many strong-headed people. I thought it was very loud in that council chamber. A lot of very large personalities clashing.
Well, I wanted to thank you for coming. I know this isn't your scene as much as the woods are, and it's important that the Emerald Enclave have a voice here. So thank you.
You're kind to say so. I must do my responsibility, and this I am very fortunate to be a part of these proceedings, I think is the correct way of saying it.
Yeah. So aside from what the Emerald Enclave might think, how do you feel about our adventures so far?
I'll let you throw another persuasion check. Say other than the Emerald Enclave, so his personal feelings.
Oh no, I got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
His personal feelings about how everything's gone so far. He says, I must admit, I think I was sent here as a representative of the Emerald Enclave because my personal ideals very much align with what the Emerald Enclave represents, which is balance and respect for life. And to many on the council, it must seem silly for, in such dire times, to care about the life of evil creatures, such as the smashing of the dragon eggs. But it's all a balance. You must have evil to have good. You must have predators to have prey. And vice versa on all accounts. So, well, I think certain members of the council look very enthusiastic. I know my faction might take a little bit more convincing.
Which ones are those?
The one might be quiet. He might not be very persuasive even, but he is a ranger, and they are quite wise, these rangers, aren't they? And he will say, well, I think it's clear to see, if you ask my opinion, that Sir Isteval already seems, on behalf of his surprise Dragon Knight allies, he already seems to be quite enthralled with all of you and your heroic works. I imagine that his, by any, I haven't spoken to him personally, but I imagine he's probably already ready to throw the weight of Cormor behind him.
Okay.
That's the only one I know about. He seemed to be the most favorable to all of you in the council. Even more than the Order of the Continent, which is saying so. But as for the rest, you'll have to ask somebody who's maybe a little more inclined for these social events. I wish I could say more.
Any that you think are not interested?
I'll roll a sort of check for what he thinks. He says, I think there's some that you're going to need to do some more work on. I know the Harpers were not all happy to hear about some decisions you made. Let's see here. I think you have quite a bit of work to do with Bronanvil. I know he wasn't very happy with the alliance with the giants. Dwarves are ancient enemies, giants, and naturally they'd be distrustful of the alliance that we formed. So you have quite a bit of work to do with him and the dwarves. I would say they're probably the ones that you have the most work to do with.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very insightful. Thank you. Thank you for talking it through with me. And I'll have you know that you inspired me with your own beast. That I got my own, and she will tell him about Helios, the griffin.
I believe he was there to help you pick your griffin, as I recall.
Was he? Oh, no.
But he didn't know about your naming of it. And so you can tell him about that. And he will say Helios. He'll go, somewhat, if my memory serves, that was a somewhat mythological sun god. I think a very apt name for such a graceful steed.
Well, thank you. We plan on flying high.
Excellent. That'll be an honor you'll have to reserve. I am, well, winter wolves don't fly.
Oh. Anyway, it was good seeing you, Dylan. Delon. It's always a pleasure.
It is always a pleasure.
And she'll take her leave then.
All right, you'll take your leave. Is any other party members watching this interaction by chance? Sure. Yeah, Terrence, you're off to the
Yeah,
side.
I'm like watching.
Yeah, maybe an insight check for the interaction.
Caddy, you take up to the couch.
That is 26.
26. I'm only speaking for Delon here. Yeah, well, Erebir, is there anything that Terrence would pick up from Erebir's? Not words. I don't think Terrence is close enough to pick up any of the words, but anything from body language or facial expressions that Terrence that might pick up?
Sure, with a 26, he might see a little finger twirl of the hair and like her leaning in maybe a little closer than, I don't know. She's very interested in what he has to say.
Nice. And as for Delon's side, Terrence, you get that he's nervous around Aravir. Not in like a I want to get away from this conversation kind of way, but clammy hands kind of way maybe, despite his gloves. And as Aravir sort of leans in, there is like he kind of not all the way, but maybe there's a very small lean back and just sort of like a uh, overwhelmed by her I guess forwardness would be the word, but you could see like sort of was also an excitement in his eye about it. And when Aravir turns to leave, he has the look of someone who like wants to keep talking and wants to find something cool and witty to say as she walks away, but maybe he's a little nervous to do so, or is a little or doesn't trust himself enough with words to pull something like that off. And she walks away, and he has that look of like, like,
He'll get him next time.
yeah. There's definitely a look of nervous interest from Delon. Maybe a slightly accelerated heartbeat. Maybe a little plush on the cheeks on his part. Very cool. Very cool. So anybody else while Aravir's talking to Delon Winterhound, is there anyone else you guys would like to talk to each other? Members of the delegations?
Star has probably been very quiet and is trying to avoid trouble, but probably pokes at Shroud to be like, "Do you want to play like charades or cards, or while we wait for this to be over?"
Charades. Little Castle Waterdeep.
You're a suit of armor. You're
Yeah, Shroud's just like stares menacingly at Star. You're terrifying.
Yes, probably. Yeah. Your terror itself combined, and Star's just like, I don't think he's getting what charades is.
Star's just like jumping off of Shroud while Shroud's like perfectly stationary, doesn't react or move in any way.
If Star like tries to, I guess entice them with something, Shroud will go into their bag and whip out like playing cards.
Yay!
Oh shit!
Shit.
Yeah. Play solitaire together.
tries to shuffle them and like just breaks the deck in half.
I know, like pulls them out, Star's like, yeah, and then goes. It's like,
I have proficiency in playing cards.
damn. Damn,
Let's
Shroud's.
go knock over a casino.
Yeah, right? Shroud's a fucking, I don't know, like a card shark machine or something like that.
It's my background.
Does the
I
thing
guess
where
so.
like magicians will like have the deck of cards come out of their mouth,
Right.
but it's actually
Exactly.
just like shooting out of a slot.
Yeah.
Get the deck!
Yeah, I'll take out the cards, and I feel like I'll just like like shuffle them like across like my hands and like start to like deal them out.
That's why Shroud always wears the neck scarf to hide the card slot.
Yes.
And Star is just like memorized by the proness of the shuffling, and it's like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a good game. Okay, let's play Go Fish.
Yeah, Shroud like puts the arm on the table, and the arm goes and like produces like chips, and it's like, whoa!
This is Go Fish.
This was my
Uno.
original programming, my original purpose. I was meant to be the greatest blackjack dealer of all time, but instead I became a warrior, a killbot. What about you, Ciela? We'll go to your card game in a second. We'll definitely have a little roll for card game skills. But Ciela, what are you up to around here?
I'm gonna look for a certain dwarven paladin.
A certain
Or was he
dwarven
a
paladin?
warrior?
Who are you referring
What's
to?
his name? The Brotherhood guy.
Brotherhood guy. Do you mean the Gauntlet? The Order of the
Gauntlet?
Gauntlet?
Yes, the Gauntlet guy. Yeah.
Jesus, he is neither a dwarf or
thought he was a
but yes,
dwarf.
we. No, but Ontar Froom? No, he's just a fat human.
Oh, Froome. Okay, yeah. Let's go see.
He just likes his beer.
Okay.
It's because you use a Scottish accent on him every now and again.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
know. That's my bad.
Here,
That is on me.
I'll join you with Anthar. I need to see him before we leave anyway.
Okay.
All right, so Terrence, you sort of catch in the conversation. You see Ciela approach the table, give you a little nod, and you guys kind of approach together. You see, how we
Stop fighting that.
Froome's like got his arm on Sir Istival's shoulder, and he's like, ah, and you can tell like Froome is definitely trying to make best friends with Sir Istival, and Sir Istival's, I'm not gonna say stuffy, but he's certainly that more composed, like knightly feature individual. Certainly older than Froome. He's got the salt and pepper hair. He's definitely past his prime. They're sitting with Order of the Gauntlet members as you approach the table. And he'll say this, go order a second and none. And I'll be like, oh, Terrence, Ciela, welcome. Welcome to the table. It's good to see you both.
Disturbingly sober, my friend.
Yes. Well, I'm supposed to be a delegate of this here council, so
Yes.
we're not due to be too besotted while tending to important national political threats.
She'll slap his arm. You know I was kidding.
I know you. I know. But yes, it is good to see you all. Well done in there. Well done. I think you all picked your moments well. Saw the boldness come through. I know some of you were thinking of shrimping into your seats, but it was good to see some backbone from the Dragon's Bane company.
It sounds like the Gauntlet's happy with our performance.
Make a persuasion check to see if he's willing to tip his hand, as it were.
16.
16. He'll say, Terrence, my boy, you'll always have Anthar Froome behind your back. I've been making sure that the council knows that you have my support as you go forward, and I have no doubt that has helped things along the way, which is a true point, and you gather that by the look of Sir Istival, Anthar Froome isn't kidding, despite his boisterousness. You get the sense that his word does carry weight in the council because he has known you all and he's considered a man of great valor and honor. And it's perhaps swayed a certain amount of individuals to be more favorable to Dragon's Bane and your actions.
That is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Anthar.
Of course. I know your ways. You've conducted yourself admirably since the first moment I met you all. I remember drinking in Eltrell with all of you, and the horse races, and the camaraderie, and it was good times. And you all accepted the adventure to follow that caravan without a second thought. It fills me with pride to see such heroes on the Sword Coast. But as for my faction, they're not as thrown in as I am, but you're making great strides with them. The Gauntlets QC can be quite, I don't want to say prickly, but they have many affairs to deal with, you know? Many different gods with many different things they hold relevant, many evils on the Sword Coast to deal with, so many places to place resources, so it's going to be maybe a little more challenged to bring the Order of the Gauntlet onto your side than others, but I would say, from what you've already done in there, you have made incredible progress. It won't be long now before the Gauntlet has thrown their weight behind you.
Thank you. We'll continue to work to serve and satisfy all parties.
Glad to hear it. Because I can't take it, I need to share with you guys. There is an actual grading system of how well you've done with the council, so I would like to share a couple of those with you at this point due to your roles. So, from what Anthar Froome has described, his faction is going to be one of the harder ones to bring to your side. They have a lot of different concerns and moral obligations and such. So they're sort of, you need 7 points to bring them to your side of the war. And from what Onthar is described, you have earned 5 points in the last council meeting with your various actions and such. They've judged you well. So difficult people to bring onto your side, but they've judged you well. From what Erebir you have learned through Delenn about Sir Istval, he basically said they're willing to throw their weight behind you already. So you have earned 6 out of 6 points with Coromir and their Dragon Knights already. The Emerald Enclave, you didn't persuade him well enough to get the Emerald Enclave information, but you guys have all got the Harper information more than a couple times. It takes 5 points to get the Harpers on your side. You have 1 point to the Harpers. Yes, you. They would have much preferred that the eggs were not destroyed and that Rezmir was brought in for questioning as opposed to killed outright. So that one you've learned of. You learned about the Emerald Enclave. I think you did learn about the dwarves. I believe one of you, I think that might have been you as well, Erebir, about who you have the most truck with. So the dwarves are stubborn. They're just a stubborn people. So much like the Order of the Gauntlet, they're going to be very hard to persuade. It's going to be 7 points to persuade them to your side. And you have currently earned 2 points with dwarves. So you have 5 more points to make up over the next couple of council meetings. However many more there may be. So that's the information you know so far about the current ratings of who's willing to throw their heat behind you. But it seems like the Purple Dragon Knights are ready to go. You've really impressed Sir Istval.
And of course, we already have the giants.
Yes, the giants are they've thrown their weight behind you as well.
The giants and the yetis and the northern dwarves.
Yeah, the yetis and
the
Macaw's dwarves. Well, actually, the Macaw's dwarves are considered to be a part of the dwarven faction. So while they're here and they're watching your stuff, they will go where Braun and Bull and the dwarves tell them to go. So if you don't earn them, Macaw's dwarves will walk. But the Yetis, yeah, they don't count as a faction because they're like 30 dudes. You know,
right?
They're not
it's not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's a small battalion, for it to be certain. A small
surgical strike.
Yeah, a small barbaric, monstrous war band, to be certain, at your back, but not enough to comprise a full faction. But the giants most certainly have thrown all of their weight behind them. So you've got the giants on your side, and as long as you don't do anything to take Sir Istval off your team, you've got the Purple Dragons. Of course. Greatest cavaliers in all the land. But yeah, so Ontharfrum will continue. And he'll say, so you're well on your way. I think you did quite well in that last council. I'm excited to see what happens next. You have, from what it looks like, you have a couple of paths before you. The council wants you to track down this Harper lead, and you've got this mysterious woman who seems to know a strangely large amount about dragon cult such, but I trust your Zone of Truth, Terrence. It was a fine tool to use at the time. You are a very wise young man.
Oh, thank you. You know, all information is extremely valuable at this point in time.
Information. Right. Yes, very, very important stuff, that information.
And ideally, we'll be able to tackle both of these leads without wasting too much time. I think we've decided we're going to go to Borsker Bridge and try and track down one of these worm speakers.
They neither of them. Oh well, they know that they got the reports. They know Rezmir was worm speakers. They know what. Okay. Yeah. So Sir Istval will say, Borsker Bridge. How interesting.
That was.
I wish you the.
That was the last sighting, anyway.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You're probably making the best bet, hunting rumors, and you want to catch the trail before it goes cold.
True.
Yes. If you have dragons to hunt, well, they much rather guard their hordes than leave. You can rely on the fact that a dragon will not abandon its horde lightly. So got time on that front.
Fair point, Sir Istafal.
I must say, my friends, I wish to thank you for your support in the council chambers. It is to my shame that the factions that, Coromir really, it is to my shame that Coromir would wish for us to engage in these proceedings in such an underhanded manner. My honor could not handle such subterfuge. The council seemed rather perturbed, and rightly so, but I do appreciate you showing them that I could be given a second chance to stand, and that my honor meant more.
It speaks more that you told the truth, as opposed to being found later would have been worse.
Yeah, you laid all your cards out immediately. I didn't take it as a deception at all.
Well, you're all kind to say so. I am a knight, after all, and my honor is my word, my truth is not something easily bargained away. Certainly not for politics.
Yeah, politics.
I miss the days when things were simple, such as there's a dragon in that mountain, go kill it, and you go kill it. But now,
there's still plenty of that.
Antharfum says, "Damn right, there's still plenty of that, and there will be by the time Dragon's Bane's done with this silly council, and everyone finally gets their heads out of their asses, and we can start getting to the proper dragon slaying stuff."
Theo looks a little bit nervous about that. She doesn't really like that very much.
I think Sir Istafal looks at you with a knowing eye, Ciel, as Anthar's maybe not as observant to that. And he says, "You're quite right, Sir Istafal. There are many dragons that eat a great deal of slang. It seems, hopefully, with the Dragon's Bane Company pushing this council in the right direction, we'll have a great war on our hands. One that will see the fell of many evil dragons."
They attack us or want to kill us, then I'm okay with killing them. But, if we come across a less than chromatic dragon, we may be able to convince them to help us.
Sir Istafal sort of smiles almost apologetically and says, "Yes, I'm aware of the situation with your dragon. You're raising a black dragon as actually I've never heard of a chromatic dragon being I don't think domesticated is the right word. I don't think one can domesticate a dragon, not truly.
No, they're not animals.
No, they most certainly are not. But to ally with one, certainly a remarkable feat. One that I've never heard of. I think I've only ever heard of one ancient myth of such a thing ever happened. So you might be the second in all history. That's right, yes. The Red Dragon, it's actually a well-known tale where I'm from. The forests that hold Myth Draenor are just north of Coromir. So we're quite aware of the tale.
Well, Lyra Goth is prickly, but she understands that we're stronger together.
Just be careful. I don't mean to tell you about your companion, but I do know dragons. I know there's no small shortage of manipulative, especially the green ones. God, don't trust a word that comes out of their mouths. He'll sort of tap his leg and he'll say, "Gave me this limp that will never go away." And Antharfum says, "And you took that, didn't you?" And he'll point at his kind of really cool bone cane. He goes, "That's right. Took my leg, so I took its." Kind of pridefully with the cane.
Fair trade.
How many dragons have you slain?
You sort of
hear rumors. You hear rumors, but what's the real number?
He laughs sort of bashfully. And Anthar says, Yes, tell us, first of all, of how many you must have count. How could you not? And he goes, "Well, I hope you don't mind, but I don't think it's about how many dragons I've slain. I think it's more about the lives that we saved. And Surstival's like, or as on the room's like, come on! How many, Surstival? We're dying to know. No one really knows how many you've slain. How many? Come on.
He lifts up his armor and it's hundreds of tally marks.
Yeah, he's got the Killmonger. He's got the Killmonger thing going on. Let me see if there's actually a number on that on his wiki. I don't think I would be surprised if there is. He'll say, "Okay, well, actually, I'll let Ontaru roll a persuasion check. No, I'll give him help action because you guys were sort of rooting on too. There we go. That's much better." He goes, "Well, it's many. There was I battled a black dragon, the battle of Detrostar, and there was the green dragon who took my leg. It's many more. I assure you, I do not keep count. But the two largest ones were a black and a green. Those were the two most ferocious I ever faced. The green one nearly got my life. Took my leg instead."
Well, you're still here. That's what matters.
Yes, and even as a limp old man, still helping in my own ways. First of all, Onthar says, "Limp old man, don't be ridiculous. It'll be an honor to fight alongside you in the final battle of this war that's beginning." First of all, sort of, just kind of nods, sort of allowing. You get the sense that he doesn't want to dash on Tharfroom's sort of hopes and dreams, but he has the look of a man who understands he's past his prime.
Look, it's desperate times. Maybe you'll find room for just one more.
Perhaps the Morning Lord will send me his guidance, and perhaps first of all will ride again. And Onthar's like, "That's what I'm talking about." And pat him on the back and sort of cheers him. First of all, almost looks like he's taking punches from Ontharfroom every time he physically interacts with him. But luckily, first of all, despite his age, is a tough guy.
Cielo will do the same thing to him every time he does it to Isfar.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, he's like, and like pat on the shoulders, and then you find that like he retaliates immediately, gives you like a punch on the shoulder. And, he's a real physical rowdy guy. Yeah, and then they're happy to talk to you. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up with Surstival or Alpha?
I'm just gonna sit and chat and eat some bread and drink some wine.
All right. Meanwhile, at the other table, Star and Shroud, we're gonna do some rolls for your first card game here while you're waiting for your party to finish talking. And Terrence, we'll say that you viewed Aravir's conversation on the side while you were having yours. There's sort of a line of the chronology of everything. So, Shroud and Star, what are you playing? What game are we playing here? Go Fish.
I mean, Shroud is proficient, so I feel like they would they'll let Star pick the game.
Just say they know only war.
Yeah,
that's the card game they're gonna play. They're gonna play War.
Yeah, they're gonna play War. That was an
Wait, there's a
excellent
war
pun,
game?
Terrence. Well done.
Okay, yeah, we'll play war because Star will just be like, what games with Shroud now? And he'll just be like, you know what? War sounds like a fun game, and I have no idea how to play.
Yes.
That was truly a remarkable pun, Terrence. I'm gonna remember that for a long time. My day's been saved. Anyway, all right, let's do a little card game.
This is very
Let's
fun.
see here. Okay, so I need you to roll me 3 checks. Shroud, you're proficient in cards. Are you proficient in cards, Star?
I feel like we went over this before, but I have a feeling no. But hang on.
It should be in your tools.
You're proficient in cheating. How about that? You ever think about that?
It's true. You are proficient in cheating.
I have carpenter's tools, disguise kit, poisoner's kit, and thieves tools. So no, I'm not proficient in cards. I just like playing games.
Got it. Okay, so So I believe how this is going to work is we're going to just resolve this as a sort of gambling thing here. I don't think there is supplement content for like just straight up like game here. Hang on, give me a half a sec. I want to make sure. Rivals by Krausen. Give me tools. Tool efficiencies. Okay, let's see. Come on. Game. Oh. Gaming set. Here we go. Knowledge of history, important events connected to a prominent historical figures involved with it, insights, playing the game. Very cool. Okay. So how this is going to work? We're going to make 3 checks. And because Shroud, you are proficient with the playing card set, you're going to have 1 free reroll. So if you get a roll you don't like, you get 1 free reroll in there.
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to make 3 checks. You 2 are going to make contested insight checks.
Checks?
Contested insight checks. Go for it. I'll say Star hold off. Because Shroud, well, roll it, but don't tell me what it is. And then Shroud, you let me know if you want to reroll before Star reveals what they got.
I'm good.
You're good with what you're doing? Okay,
Yes.
what'd you 2 get?
16.
17.
Ah, God. I was so close.
I like the idea of like Shroud's eyes turning into like a color that we haven't seen before, like money green or something, or like gold or
Oh,
silver.
his eyes turn into like little anime, like
Little anime eyes. I was
little
thinking
eyes.
that too.
I was thinking like slot machines. Like every time like you take a hand, it's like ding, ding, ding. It's like, why does he have a third eye?
I like the idea of like, because they have like the the thing over their face, they're just like a really uneasy like laugh coming out from underneath of it.
Yeah, this is the most personality Shroud has ever expressed in the entire game. It's just like
like this terrifying robotic laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, are they bluffing? I have no idea. I'm terrified. Okay, now I need a contested deception check. So do not reveal your totals, but go ahead and roll them.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
Shroud, are you re-rolling?
No.
Nope. Okay, what are your totals?
19.
I rolled a natural 1 plus 7, which is an 8.
Oh, Shroud. Devastating. Shroud's good at war. All right, last thing, an intimidation check from both of you. Don't reveal your totals. Re-rolling Shroud?
No.
No. All right, what are those totals?
16.
Why am I getting so bad numbers? 11.
Star, you crumble under the intimidating, surprisingly deceptive, and remarkably insightful card machine that is Shroud. Shroud is not only deadly on the battlefield, but deadly with a couple cards in their hands. And Star, you find you're utterly defeated. A swift and easy victory for Shroud.
Damn.
And at this point, as you guys are playing cards, just sort of a interest, you're gonna see the tiefling known as Rhea Nightshade will approach your table. And she is going. And she is going to say, "Playing a game of cards."
Yes.
I see one of you is certainly more vicious than the other. I hope you don't take offense. Mind if I play a hand?
Shroud will like gesticulate for them to sit down.
I was feeling like crazy. And Rian will. I think it would be most apt that Rian would sit at the end of the table, and you guys can kind of Just chill
Shuffle.
at the end of
What
shuffle
a
over
badass,
one.
badass mini.
Yeah, she's got a pretty cool mini. Oh man, get ready. We're gonna modify the table real quick. It's gonna take 2 seconds. We're gonna put some cards down. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Boom.
I love it.
There. The scene is set. Jesus, what are we playing? War?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's get to it. Same rules as before, except we're gonna introduce our new friend here. So, let's do this. So let's start off with insight checks. I'm gonna just roll her DC ahead of time. Okay, so you got to re-roll Shroud, so I'll just let you re-roll when you think you're ready to re-roll. Let me know if you do. Okay, so what did we get? What did everybody get?
Dirty 20.
13.
13. Star, you're left in the dust behind Nightshade and Shroud, but as far as insight goes, Shroud is built for cards, and you will take the victory on this first round, Shroud. All right, let's go on to those deception checks. When you're ready, let me know.
18.
13.
13. Same thing as before, Star. You're having trouble keeping up with these two. And though there is a battle of which Shroud, you certainly overtake Nightshade. You seem to be more deceptive in this moment, and you think you got this in the bag at this point. Make me intimidation check to send it off.
I'm gonna re-roll this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what did everyone get?
17.
12.
12. So in the end, Shroud, you've already won, but she at the last minute throws in this Star, you can't keep up with these guys. You're playing in the minor leagues while Shroud and Rihanna are professionals. And in this moment, she'll take the victory. She sort of catches you off your guard, Shroud, and you're like, she makes you feel uneasy. And she will sort of come at you at that point. It's a close game between you and Nightshade, but you will take the victory, Shroud.
And I'll as I'm collecting the cards off the table, I'll just put my hand out to shake hers.
She'll shake your hand, and she will say, "Most excellent. I had heard good things about you two."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? You have?
Of course. Don't be silly. You certainly know where I'm from.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Which means I know where you two are from.
Oh.
Of course. You think I would go into these meetings without knowing who my enemies and my allies are?
Yeah. Well, we're not enemies now, so we're friends, right? Right?
Of course we are. You're part of the family.
Yes.
We're all family at the table here. And I just wanted to say hello to fellow family members. And of course, congratulate you on all the good work you two have been doing. How interesting. We're going to have quite a lucrative contract with this Council of Waterdeep.
Yes. Yes, it will be a great contract. But at the same time, I'm hoping for things to get even better. And gotta kill these dragons. And Star's just having a very hard time keeping up with the conversation because he's really bad at politics.
She goes, of course. Dragons need slaying, and mercenaries need coins in their pockets. It's a perfect exchange, is it not?
Star goes back and grabs his cards, and he's just like, "You want to play another round?"
There's certainly one more round, and what do you say we put some stakes on? I think everyone here is making a fair dime, fair copper.
I'm game. What's how much?
She'll look at the two of you. She says, 300 gold.
I'm game.
Shroud will
Shroud.
just take out, yeah, they'll take out their bag and they'll like put it on the counter.
No hesitation. And Rhea and Nightshade will produce a bag of a couple platinum, about 30 platinum, and put it on the table. You guys.
Stars just like collects the coins and puts it in a nice little coin pile.
Yeah, you're doing a little like Casino Royale, like. Hell yeah. She says, "All right, game on." With that, let's hop to it. So, contested insights, if you'd all be so kind. Okay. What did everyone get?
15.
13.
So Shroud, you and Rian are going to tie on the insights. Very interesting. So there's a tie on the first round. Let's bring us to those deception checks. Let's get some deception checks from Star and Shroud. I think she's gonna take her re-roll. She's proficient with cards.
I wish I was proficient with cards.
I wish I was proficient. Okay. All right, what do we get?
18.
24.
Oh!
What?
Star comes out of nowhere with a 24 deception, just leaving Shroud and Rian in the dust, dude. Yeah, in a moment. Honestly, probably the master deceiver here has been like just doing shit all game. Like, oh no, I'm so bad at this. And the moment money's involved, Star's like, just like suddenly wheeling and dealing. All of a sudden, the dice tell us.
Hilarious.
Hang on, I'm
Incredible.
still gonna win one more time.
You do. You have to one more time. Okay, let's make some intimidation checks now, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna roll again.
Oh man.
All right, what do we get?
22.
12.
12. You will win, Shroud. And with that, we'll come to like a sudden death check. And I think as things are like getting intense around the end, and you guys are all feeling pretty more Shroud and Star, a little more evenly matched. Maybe Rian is sitting. Actually, she tied with you, Shroud, in the first one. So, but you know what? That's the thing. It was a tie. I don't think I could let either of you really have a point on that one. You guys are just kind of. So we'll go to a sudden death. This will be a fun one. So, per your previous conversation, you all sort of understanding where you're all from. Maybe the game sort of magically, not magically, but almost like silently transfers into a game of wits and subterfuge more than just the basic rules. And maybe a little sleight of hand check is going to be required for this final sudden death.
Okay.
If you haven't used your reroll, you may utilize it on this. Yeah, Star. Yeah, this is for. This will be for you two. I don't think Rian will be involved in this because you two took the wins.
Okay.
So sudden death between you two. Sudden death. Like she'll instigate it for sure, but you guys, and it's up to you if you want to go with it. But like, it's pretty evenly matched.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, sleight of hand checks. Let's hear them.
17.
I swear to God, I'm just cursed. 12.
Some rogue. 12. 12.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a 9 for sleight of hand, but I have
know.
a 3 as a roll.
Dang.
I think I need to change my dice. I think it's jinxed.
Yeah,
They tell a story.
Dice jail.
Dude, they do tell a story. It's true. But Shroud, you were built to to win at war, and you're admittedly you get a little scrambled in your computing system. Like most card games, you're okay at, but when it comes to war, your sort of strategic battle master instincts sort of like come into play, and you're ruthless in a game of war, whether it's with cards or with swords, and you'll take the pot, my friend. So on top, so you'll have your 300 back that you put in the pot. You'll get an additional 600 on top.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
You're definitely counting cards.
Wait, what?
Oh, absolutely.
That's not how that works.
Let's not. Yeah.
I lose 100 coins.
No, it was
300 coins.
It was
Oh,
300
I get
coins.
it. Okay, okay.
So subtract 300 from your inventory there, Star.
All right, 200 more. Go.
She goes, well, this has been a very telling game, and thank you so much for indulging me. I think my coins were well worth it. Warriors say the only way to truly know someone is to fight them, but I think you could do just as well in cards. Well, Star, I've heard of your recent legal troubles. How excellent that you've been deputized. So, if either of you wish to return to the fold for a little work, consider me your point of contact. I'll be more than happy to give you those premium jobs.
Sounds great. Definitely will talk to you in the future.
I look forward to it. Look very forward to it. Well, we better part ways before you all get a bad reputation. Thank you for the game. And she will stand up and walk away and just kind of return to drinking in the corner. She's not very popular around here. She's a necessary evil here.
Star's like, she could have just drank with us. Cool.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do here post council, or are you guys ready to go home and have a bath? It's been a long day of politics, you know?
Bath.
I've talked to everybody I want to talk to. I mean, there's more people to talk to, but it's just...
Yeah, it's a lot. You don't have to. You will go to leave, and yeah, you know what? Him being who he is, yeah. So yeah, with that, the party, you guys kind of all rally. It's very much that, like, when you and your partner go to a party, you're like, okay, like, we're gonna get out of here in an hour, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, I'll see you here in like an hour. And you guys go and mingle and whatever, and you kind of like catch each other across the room and get the fuck out. You guys maybe have that moment where Erebir walks away from Delon, Terrence and Ciela, you find an exit in the conversation. You kind of catch Erebir, and Star and Shroud are looking a little like on their faces. Rian walks away, and you guys all are like, and you guys hit the snack table quick and then depart. And with that, you can return to your quarters. I will say nobody here is off limits or anything like that. All of these delegates will be in Waterdeep for the duration of the war to, mediate the council and such. So if ever you want to access any of these nobles or interesting folks, they are all the personal guests of Dagult Neverember in his palace. So you may all return to the still unnamed party home, if you so choose, and you can sort of debrief or whatever it is you want to do. You return, there's a little sign outside your estate that says nothing on it, because your estate doesn't have a name. You haven't named it yet.
I don't know what to name it.
Yeah, that's up for you to figure out. Take your time. No rush.
Dragonbane Acres.
Dragonbane and Acres. I kind of like that.
Or just Dragon Acres would be good enough.
Conic Acres.
Acres Bane.
That just sounds like I ache for my bane. Yes.
I do.
We can
I'm
go
pretty
with
open to-
Draconic Fields or Dragon Fields.
Yeah, Dragon Fields is also good. Dragon Homestead. Um.
We'll keep workshopping this.
You know what? I heard a really weird name the other day, and I still laugh at it. Someone was telling me they have a dragon boat team that at a college nearby us here, and their name for their one team was Liquid Assets, which sounds like liquid acid. So I
Liquid
don't.
assets.
Yes. So, we can play on words here.
We'll have it on the market and sold for money in no time.
Yep.
You keep it simple and just do Dragon's Bane's Keep.
That is true.
Well, what about the Dragon's Roost? Or like the Dragon's Lair? Or
This is
something.
Lyra. It's just called Lyrgoth's Lair.
It's just the Horde.
Chateau Lyra.
Oh god. I'm good with most of those things.
What time of day is it?
You got there rather early morning. I'd say it's afternoon. I'd say it's like getting a bit mid-afternoon. A little before dinner time. It's like brunch time. Late brunch.
I have time to try to find a spell scroll.
You certainly can try.
Cool.
Later, guys, I'm going scroll shopping. As you we're
Yeah.
riding off into the city.
I'm looking for a specific spell scroll though.
You, I believe your steward doesn't have anything on hand. As you know, hunting down magic items takes time. You're looking for something specific. What are you looking for?
An Earthbind spell scroll.
Yeah, you're gonna need to go through the rigmarole of hunting down people willing to part with their magic scrolls. Magic items. People don't like selling their magic items. So you have to find some particularly uniquely minded individuals. Some desperate nobles trying to pawn off all their cool shit. Or wizards who are like, yeah, it's all. So you can assign your steward to look for one.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Oh, we could go ask Thunder Spells.
Good.
Worth a try.
He's also the head delegate of the Silvery Moon. He might be a little busy.
Oh,
Possibly busy to do some private scroll scribing.
Come on, I know you're holding out on us.
Absolutely. Is the answer to that. I had a party in another game who had similar like deputized powers and such like that. The moment they got it, one of the party members walked to like the potion shop across the street and demanded their entire stock of healing potions. And they were like, "What?" And the whole party was like, "You did what?" And then they went over and returned them and were like, "We're so sorry about him. That was not cool."
What? The state's gonna reimburse him. It's fine.
oh, should
Well, I
we?
think that's the thing is the writ doesn't. It's not like Waterdeep will clean up after us. It's like we're gonna take what we want and move on with our lives.
Speaking of, some potions of healing would be.
Top tier shit.
Yeah. Could I go
So-
try to find some of that instead?
Right. Now, since you brought it up, let's do that.
Sure. Those are certainly easier to find. I think like magic items are few and far between, but there's certainly herbalists around Waterdeep. No problem there.
Wait, did we ever like split up gold, or are we just taking from like one pot?
We put a bunch of it into the bank for all of us. We have 50,630 gold in the bank.
I have 32,630 gold.
Oh, because of the upgrades. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what did you have? I might have just done it wrong.
32,630 gold.
Okay.
You also have
yeah.
you have 2 white dragon wings and 6 white dragon bones on ice.
Yes.
Well, gently reposed anyway. You can't really put white dragon shit on ice because they're already immune. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Herbal. Yeah, there's 2 places you go. You go to, oh, this place is cool. In a place called Troll Skull Alley, there is a herbalist's business called Coralon's Crown. That is Elven run, and yeah, they're a part of the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians, so you know that they're not like skeevy or using like substandard materials. Could be a cool place to go shopping for some potions.
Let's go. I'll tell the rest of the party what I'm up to if they want to come. But also, I don't mind running this errand. And also, it doesn't have to be role played or anything. Like, we can just skip through that.
Well, too bad, because yeah, well, no, we're definitely gonna role play this because this is, I don't know, there's NPCs, right? So you walk in. I'm just generating you some stuff real quick here for what's in the shop at current time. Fantastic. All right, you walk in, and this is actually a very nice apothecary. You definitely see the sylvan designs and the woodworks of the just general frames of the cabinets and such, and tons of potions behind glass. All variety of strange potions here and there. And you see you are approached by this wood elf woman who is very like, city dressed and such, but has like a little vine sort of rolled around her arm and sort of animate. You get the sense that she has some druidic power to her. She says, well, will say, Andarana Tishan, speak to you in Elvish, Eravir. And she'll say, welcome. This is Coralon's Crown. My name is Fala Lafleur. What is it that I could do for you? You're looking for potions? I have many potions.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt for healing potions.
I have an exceptional variety. What are you in the market for? I have basic potions. I have, I think I have 1 greater around here. And I also recently completed a superior and a supreme potion of healing.
And how much are those?
If you have to ask, I'm kidding. She will say, better give me a second to open up my book. My blanking. Give me a moment. Here we are. This is, it is 50 for a potion of standard healing. The potion of greater is 100. The potion of superior healing is 500, and the potion of supreme is 1,350 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I have many of the standard potions, and 1 of the greater, supreme, and superior.
Okay, let's get the greater for sure.
Okay. She will put a slightly larger vial. Here's the funny thing about potions of healing. The only reason why they're better than the other one is because there's just more in the vial. That's it. That's the only no, not actually. This one's like a slightly more vibrant red, so it's a little more potent than the standard potion. So that would be 100 gold. 100
Do
gold.
I get the sense that anyone else in the party would like a potion of healing? Maybe I would have discussed it before leaving.
Yeah, Cielo would have suggested get one for everybody.
Yeah.
I have 5 in stock.
I'll get a potion of healing for everyone.
All right, that will be 250 gold pieces, I believe. For 5.
Well, just 4 because I just got the greater one.
Ah, so that'll be 200 gold pieces, and then the greater will bring it to 300.
Sweet. Do we want the supreme healing one?
Tell you what, I think the party's there. It sounds like this is a discussion. So we're gonna say the party came along for potion shopping. Just
Supreme.
while you're thinking about it, I have many other different types of potions available as well.
Sure. Tell us all about it.
Most certainly. Is there a price range that you're most comfortable in fitting into, so I don't exceed your tastes?
I'm gonna look at Ciela. Is there a price range? Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's always a price range. I mean, it depends on what the potion does and how badly we need it.
Very well. Let me just take you through. Would you prefer? I'll just begin. Where is my item? That is wrong. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my. Oh, I love shopping. And by I love it, I mean it's difficult. All right, here we go. Oh, I think I deleted it because I've had other thing. It's just okay. So, starting from the most basic, I have many potions of climbing. If that ever became something important to utilize, not too expensive. They go for 180 gold each. Yep, 180 gold each. Moving up from that to what potions I have available, I have a number of potions of resistance against various elemental types. I have 2 of poison, 1 of thunder, 3 of poison, excuse me. She's like going through. She goes, I have 1 of force, 1 of cold, and 1 of acid as well. Moving up from that in rarity, I have a potion of mind reading. I have a potion of invulnerability. Actually, no, I have 2. I have 2 potions of invulnerability. I also have a potion of a potion of invulnerability. It makes you resistant to all damage
Yeah, that's
for 1 minute.
The cold resistance might be useful coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, a potion of resistance goes for 300 gold apiece. So if you are looking for a potion of cold resistance, I do have 1 in stock for just that price.
Let's do that.
All right, and she'll put it forward. You'll see you'll see a vial that almost looks like liquid nitrogen inside. So yes, as I return to what I was, but yes, please enjoy. 2 potions of invulnerability, resistance to all damage for 1 minute. We have a potion of heroism, which should encourage bravery in those who drink it. I have 3 potions of diminution, if you care to shrink yourself down to a small size for a brief time. I have some elixirs of health, which will improve your general vitality. Potion of clairvoyance, give you some spying ability just for a brief time. And the last of my stock, and none of those are of interest to you, I have a much more potent potion of vitality than the elixir of health. And that's my stock. That is what I have available. Does any of that intrigue you?
Hmm. Well, I'm happy with the healing potions and getting this cold resistance potion. Maybe we should
Very
have
good.
the everything resistance potion.
The potion of invulnerability.
Yes.
Very well.
How much was that one?
That one goes for 3,800 gold pieces.
Maybe not. For just 1 minute, no.
3,800. Oh my god.
Yes, that's right. Not an easy potion to make, but quite helpful when facing. So, anything you can imagine.
I would just like to have the health potion, please.
Very good.
Just take
It
all the
sounds
health
like there's
potions.
nothing.
We'll take them all.
Oh, very well.
Like the basic ones and the greater one. Take those
Understood.
all.
So you have the 300 already. I believe you already marked off there, Erevier. So 50 more gold will get you the last potion of healing ahead.
Okay.
And very good. It was a pleasure to be of service to all of you. Come back sometime. I'll have a new stock available soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Falafel.
And I just took that all out of the guild money, Airfare.
What
I
is
don't have any.
what does that put us at?
32,280.
Okay. Because before we go, I do want to send some money back to Grey Nest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we have all that separate, so.
Do we?
Yeah. This was the money from the bow.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you would like, you can put that. Actually, it's up to you how you want to manage the coin. But if you were to do it independently, you would have to pay for, a guard regimen. You'd have to pay for the caravanners. You'd have to pay for not just any caravanners, people who could be trusted with large sums of money. Probably someone to account for all of the money. It could end up tallying up, but it's certainly possible. Or you can always go to a member of the delegation that you think could be responsible. Like, for example, Renest would be considered, it's not technically a part of Baldur's Gate, but it's close enough to Baldur's Gate that maybe you could approach the Lord Duke, and maybe he might see to it that the gold is distributed amongst those lands. Or you could pick any member of the council, really, that you trust to deal with it admirably. So those are big choices.
What if we just kind of put it in a bank and like had the bank distribute it through the bank system?
The bank system is running around with a caravan and transporting the gold. There's no money teleporters, I don't think.
Yeah, the bank that you guys are using is like the ritzy, like the rich people who have like metal cards. That's their bank cards, like metal. That's you guys. You get utilizing this bank because they utilize like teleportation technology and shit. They don't bank with Renest, They only bank with discerning individuals such as yourselves.
Got it.
They'd be very happy for a donation. The bank, of course, as always. Getting bailed out and all. The steward, your steward will talk to you, Steward Sterling. He'll say, I'm more than happy to send a note to who you think it would be best. If I might make some suggestions just from the very impressive list of delegates. I know the Order of the Gauntlets. They are very chivalrous individuals and widespread across the land. Not usually their thing, but you can always reach out to your friend on Earthroom. You could reach out to the Harpers. This is very much their thing, helping the list do the people against tyranny and such. Maybe they might be willing, but I hear they're rather spread thin at the time. Green Nest is near towards Baldur's Gate. The Grand Duke has many members of his delegation. He could perhaps organize distribution of coin. Or maybe there's someone on the council that you particularly trust. Oh, more than that. Maybe someone a little more philanthropic who is such as maybe the Lady Silverhand. You all seemed quite taken by her. Maybe she could be trusted to make the right connections.
Oh yeah, she's the best. Maybe we go to her.
I would expect she'd be a little preoccupied during these times than to have to organize gold delivery. I think solely due to proximity, the Lord Duke would be a good choice.
Very good, Harvest Master. I could pen a letter immediately if you wish.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Excellent, sir. I will pen a letter to the Lord Marshal right away, and see to it that the coin comes into his person. To be distributed across the people, of course.
Of course.
Indeed. And yeah, he will see to that tonight. And I think he will even run the letter by you, Terrence, before he has it sent off by courier. And it's very formal. It's very, Lord Duke Ravengar, your awesomeness. We have come into possession of a large coin stash raided by the Cult of the Dragon. We wish to see it redistributed amongst the people. You tell the story. But it is very formal, and it's very sort of, we will give you the coin under the understanding that it's redistributed back to the those taken advantage of by the Cult of the Dragon.
Yeah, and this all looks good. It's good to send out. I'm happy with this.
Very good, Harvest Master. Very good. And he'll see to it immediately. And with that, you can officially sort of mark your hoard that you have obtained from Skyreach off your to-do list, and your steward will get back to you in due time with how that all went.
All right.
Very cool.
I have one more thing I want to do before this day is over.
Absolutely, go for it.
I don't know if this will work, but I'll give it a try. I have your spell Word of Recall.
Word of Recall, yes.
I can designate a sanctuary by casting the spell within a location such as a temple dedicated to or strongly linked to my deity. Can I use the temple I was resurrected in?
I think so. So here's the thing. Last time I think I said this place wasn't like ready, right?
Oh, the chapel?
The chapel. I think I said that last session, right? I was like, the chapel's not ready. I think I'm going to go back on that for two reasons. Because we'll say, for one, the chapel is being created. We'll say that there is at least like a minor altar already erected just for the time being. And also, you've blessed these lands with the magic of Chantia. So while the altar is not yet, it's not a chapel yet, there is a very small altar dedicated to her. And these lands are sacred to her, and they're sort of under your care. So I'm going to go back on, and I'm going to say that, yes, I will allow the Word of Recall here on your estate if you wish to do it here.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do it here.
Okay. What does that look like, Terrence, as you sort of designate this as your sort of home sanctuary of your faith, to be returned to at your convenience? What does that look like?
I think I will stand in the middle of my chapel and speak some holy words and sort of bless this small enclosure, and maybe, like, I'm sure there's like plants and vines around. They start to grow a little bit and sort of bloom.
Absolutely.
around around this chapel where my sanctuary is established.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so you do all of this, and I think some of these farmers and certainly the priestess that you've hired will watch in awe as you perform a very powerful and sacred rite, known only to those few, such as yourself, who have been blessed with these greater powers of Chanti and trusted with them. And you do these sacred rites, and some of the cobblestone sort of like shifts around the chapel as the vines, very much like a weed breaking through the pavement, um, but not in an ugly way. Sort of come down, and despite there's no light in here, they'll sort of move downward, and the actual leaves, the actual petals, will sort of not have the usual sort of stem system, but they'll be very much more sylvan, very much more sort of swirled and decorated, and there is a magic to the actual plants that have been summoned here that designate the space to be a place worth recalling for a cleric of such power as yourself.
Ah. All right, I think that's it. If
As as you open your eyes at ending the rite and completing the word of recall, the priestess and like three farmers are all like on their knees doing the like listen al gaib thing to you. They're like, "Great harvest master, such power, Chontia blesses." Oh, and they're like, and they're definitely sort of watching in reverence as you summon these greater powers, sort of bowing to you, worshiping you.
do not worship me. She's the one you want to worship, and I'll like gesture to a small idol of Chantia in the chapel.
And the farmers will sort of nod and understand that they're that they're not worshiping in a way that is worthy, and they will sort of nod at you, and they will go to the small erected, not complete altar, and they will uh, still be impressed by the miracle you brought forth. Incredible. Um, so with that, as it doesn't sound like there's anything else anyone wants to do today, and it is rather late anyway. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Ciela would have wanted to get some cook's utensils today to
No problem. You could send one of the you there to one of the
no, she
house
wants to
staff.
choose the nicest ones that she can like the nice ones. Because you gotta try them out, and you gotta so we can say she goes out and does that. It's cool.
I know you're proficient, but for some reason
I'm not proficient yet.
Oh, perfect. I definitely see Ciela in like one of these like cooking appliances stores with like a pan going like checking the balance. And you're like, okay. And the people are like watching like, huh? But now you go in and you're gonna go look for the best one. Give me a second while I pull up the usual price of cooking utensils. Oop. Our investigation check failed. This is bullshit. All right, equipment list. Okay, I didn't work. I'm just gonna go to the PHP. I thought I could outsmart D&D Beyond, but I should know better. Tools. All right, let's take a look. Cooking utensils are usually only a gold, but if you're looking for something that's like real pristine,
something that'll wear and tear.
Something that will wear and tear.
Yeah, nice cast iron set.
Yeah, a really nice cast iron set. Why don't we charge her 5 gold? You just got like a really good set. Like it's just like everything gleams and shines. And I'm telling you about all this latest it doesn't stick technology. And they just shine. They're like embellished a little bit too. And they're like, you don't know anything about it, but it's some kind of like yearly collector's edition like utensil set. And you're like, and you pick up like almost a comically nice cooking utensil set. Like you come out, you're a ranger, a little beat up, a little worn and torn in the clothes, as one is when they venture like you do, and you just have this pristine, beautiful, like meant for cooking for like the open lord himself.
Yeah.
You cooking utensils, the nicest thing. It's not the nicest thing you own, but it looks like the nicest thing you own.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, yeah, you just come home with like a huge set, and everyone sees Ciela come in the door with some really nice cooking utensils. Fantastic. And with that, why don't we go ahead and end the day there? And let's have a break. It's about break time anyway, so let's go chill out, and we'll be back in 10-ish minutes whenever everyone gets back.
Sounds good.
Cool. Recording in progress. Oh, I know. It's okay. Okay, easy. Jesus.
My cat does the same thing during my work meetings, and I'm like, trying to be professional here.
They must know that is the realities of having a cat, and you have no say in the matter.
Oh, absolutely.
They must understand.
Mm-hmm.
They simply must. All right, well, let's get started. Ciela would say, Ciela said she'd be right back, so we'll up to. I'm done placing the macaw's dwarves all over the place, isn't it?
Yay. Well, I'm being attacked by my own cat. Like your background noise, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're so good. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, just want to double check here. You guys, you had a tavern, a stable, and a chapel commissioned. I might end up just like extending the number of expansions you can do because I'm looking around at this property and I'm like, okay, there's the estate, and then I don't know what's going on over here, but this is a key. That's a key, however I've seen it. So who knows? I'll get back to you on that. But anyway, in the meantime, you wake up the next morning. Waterdeep is yours, Dragon's Bane. You have decided on going south before going north. What would you like to do?
Are we going to look into getting a crew to sail us down there and drop us off?
Seems like a good idea. Kind of
If
though.
only you could get Ciela out of bed.
Yeah, that's our real connection at the docks.
So, all right. Oh my goodness, cat, please. Okay, yeah, we'll say that you guys start heading down to the docks if you wish to procure a sailing ship. Yeah. Yeah, you just go down to the docks. Boy, do you ever. Some of you have been down to the docks before. It is a very, it's the biggest dock you've ever seen. Like I said, some of you have seen it, some of you have not. It's not nearly as spooky. Fear not.
Ooh,
I don't know why it's like this. I'm going to change it.
the fog
Not
rolls
red.
in.
Yeah, for real. Jesus, can we chill out? It's not like that. Man, this is actually a pretty sad dock for Waterdeep. I apologize for my sad dock. We'll stick with this one for the moment, then, because it's just aesthetic, really. But you see harbors and harbors as far as the eye can see, full of sailors and travelers and other seafarers, some less reputable seafarers, maybe that nobody can allegedly, that only allegedly has done certain raids on the sea. And certainly no shortage of galleons and long ships, even rowboats, as small as rowboats, little keel boats, harbor masters. There's an endless mirage of ships. What exactly is the Dragon's Bane looking for? You guys would have been informed by Ciela that the best and fastest way would be to try and procure the services of a sailing ship, because they could stow your mounts. You'll need those if you want to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nowhere on that river that's actually a dock, so it's not like we're going to catch a ride back on a ship. So you're going to have to return via land, probably.
Unless it depends on how much time and notice we have. I can send a sending down, and then it would take another, what, 8-9 days to get down here.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could just ride over to Boulder's Gate and get your ride up to Waterdeep. But that's a problem for another day. But for the time being, fastest route to get to the bridge seems to be by sail ship.
Yeah, we're gonna look for a reputable sailing ship.
A reputable sailing ship. Absolutely, a reputable sailing ship. Barring. You guys go looking around. All right, give me half a moment before we get some of them out. I'm gonna give you some options here. Why don't we get whoever is in charge of this, why don't we get a let's see, because you were looking for the best deal here. Well, the best deal is gonna be whatever you want it to be. Because you're gonna use your writ, you're gonna be like, you have to do this, and they're gonna be like, shit, I guess we do. Okay.
Your country will thank you.
We will try and remember you in our grand
You will be remembered as heroes when this is all said and done, probably.
Who are you again? Amazing. Maybe an investigation check to go looking around for different possibilities.
Hey, there we go. 4.
Can I help?
Incredible. You find yourself bumping into a wall. No.
You're not a sailing ship.
You're not yeah, Terrence, you look at all the various masts and sizes of ships, and you find yourself not really certain what makes a ship a sailing ship, as opposed to, like, say, because, like, Ciela's probably talked at you about sailing ships on many dinner occasions, but like, oh yeah, like galleys, and I was on a long ship once, and sailing ships, don't forget keel ships, and you're like, what the fuck is the difference?
They all seem to be sailing. I don't know what you mean.
Exactly. So you don't really know what she's talking about when she says sail ship. All these ships got sails. What are you talking about? The names of things are stupid. Does anybody else want to give it a shot?
I will. I'll see if my dad's in dock as well. Because if I can't find someone, maybe he can know somebody.
Or you can always commandeer his ship.
I know I could, but this is the last resort.
Nah. Come on, Dad. Why don't you drive me to the airport at 2 a.m?
The government says you have to.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Cattail. Oh, no, my dice. Oh my god, cat. Not cleaning those up again. Jesus Christ. Sorry, what'd you get?
Oh, you want me to roll?
Yeah, investigation. I'll give you advantage because of your background.
Okay.
Yeah, you're Or you know what? I'll tell you what. Because of your background and how it works, I'll let you roll a persuasion check. Alternatively.
Persuasion. Oh, okay. That'll be 21.
There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Oh my God, cat. Jesus, needy. Let's see here. I'm just trying to find. Oh wait, I have it in a file here. Okay. Why are you doing this? Lo and behold, as you ask around the dock, you're going to find a number of interesting things. The first of which is that Papa is indeed at dock here today for the power of random dice favoring you. They do tell a story. Yep, I believe that is the Wet Maiden. Yep.
Yep.
So Captain Himmel and the Wet Maiden do reside at dock today. And he does your father. I don't think we ever specified what ship he sails, but I think it's a sailing ship. What do you think? I think it's a
Sure.
ship. Sure. I think galleys are more like government ships. Those are like larger faction ships. It's not really like an independence ship. They're also not very maneuverable. A lot of times they'll have like a convoy with them because they're so big and hefty and they can't defend themselves very well. So sailing ship would make sense for him. So he's got a sailing ship. So you hear about that. You hear the Wet Maiden is at port. There's another ship that you're familiar with that's at port as well. Let me see. Where are you? Work with me.
Is it that first ship we were on?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the name of it.
I remember what it was.
Maybe the calendar knows. No, damn it. Damn. Fucking hell. Man, killing me. Sorry, give me half a moment. Just grabbing it. Game, oh, the Voyager. It's called the Voyager. Ah, damn. I guess I must have made that ship up. So the Voyager is definitely at port, which is a sailing ship. And if I'm not mistaken, it transported your horses once before, regardless.
And Lagroth.
So Yep. So, yeah, and a mysterious egg that I didn't know about. So you've got the Voyager, you got the Wet Maiden. There's a variety of others as well if you wanted to go with someone you are not familiar with this time. But you end up coming in, like, you hear about the Wet Maiden, and then as for the Voyager, you get, what are all these people? You get to talking with the first mate, Sherry, who is this sort of eye-patched elven, she's kind of like, I mean, you're not an elf, but she's kind of like you, where she's got a foul fucking mouth. And you know, you get to talking with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're waiting on contract. You guys were good business before. We don't know why the fuck we wouldn't do it again." Just trying to throw random fucks in there, make you feel at home. But yeah, then there's also, I would say there's also a variety of other ships of pretty good reputation. But I can give you one that is, goddamn it, that is excellent, has a really good reputation, and it is called the Grinning Brawler.
The Grinning Brawler. I like it.
Grinning Brawler, and it is reputed, though it is considered like a legal Lord's Alliance vessel. It's basically a place where reformed criminals go to work. So like people who've like done their sentence and they're looking for work and whatever, they go work there. So it's reputed to be one of the most like rough and tumble crews, but also like just foul. They're considered like the most like they swear like it's their business. Like they get
So
paid
it's a ship
gold
full of
every time.
knees, is what you're saying.
arguably worse, maybe. Who knows?
Wow,
Possibly.
make me curious.
But there's all plenty. You talk to the first mate, who goes by Ugly Whale, and
Ugly whale.
That's what he's called. He's called Ugly Whale,
That's
and
great.
he is. There's a reason why he's called Ugly Whale. He is just like he's just big, and he's a Goliath. But unlike most Goliath, he's a stocky fellow. He eats well. So as much as he's got the broad muscle and the Popeye arms and like tree trunk arms, he's got a big belly too.
So you're saying he's built like all the appliances. Built like a
Yeah,
big stove, washer, and dryer.
this guy should be playing football. This guy's fucking huge. And he talks to you, and he goes, "So you fucking shit want to go on the vessel, eh? To see salt like a motherfucker. Well, we can make a range. We can make. I don't know why I'm fucking Scottish again, but I guess I'm a Scottish fucking Goliath. Why the fuck not? So, right, you want to go on finding his voice. Ruth, so you want to go on the grinning brawler? You think your crew has the stomach for it?
Yeah, they can handle me, so they should be okay.
Sure. Well, we just got finished shipping some cargo into port, so we don't have any commissions right now. So if you fuckwads want to get on board, get in while the going's good.
How much?
Well, regular sailing rate. Let's see here. Since you're on passage, I believe that's going to be a silver per mile per person. And with your mounts, we'll throw an extra 5 copper. No, they cost a lot. We'll put a silver on them too. So all 5 of you, plus another. People call it a gold. They call it 25. They call it 5 gold a day.
And that's for all of us?
I have to talk to the captain, but yeah, for you 5 and your mounts. Well, one of you's got a. You said, do you tell them about the griffin and the dragon?
Yeah.
You got a griffin and a dragon. We're gonna cost. It's gonna be a premium on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a premium on that, and considering you're traveling us down a waterway, we can't do any secondary business. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's in it for us other than the coin out of your own pocket. So we'll probably charge you a premium on that too. So your 5 gold is probably going to be more like I'm gonna call it 50.
50 gold
Yeah.
a day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck that.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check to barter.
26.
26. And in true sailor bartering fashion, you know this isn't like actual violence, it's still sailors barter. He gets completely outraged. He goes, "Bullshit, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, you fucking flounder, bitch?" And then you're like, "Oh, fuck." You know, you guys just like go into like a
She's
yelling
kind of like
match.
one of these.
Yeah. And you just guys like yell in each other's face, you're like spitting on each other and roaring. Nobody minds at all. This is very normal. And then after about like 2 or 3 minutes of that, you guys are back into your seats. And he goes, "All right, fine." As you seem to win the yelling match. He goes, "50 gold a day too steep. Why don't we put it at what is this gonna be? You said this was gonna be a 9-day voyage. 25 a day.
25 a day? Let me run it by the others.
All right. See if the captain's willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Good price.
All right. And
All right, you can go to your friends.
I'm gonna go to the dad first.
You're gonna go to your dad first?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. You find your dad. You find the wet maiden. As usual, you'll find first mate Carla. First and foremost. He goes, "Ciela, how you doing?" She'll throw her arms around you, give you a hug. And she goes, "Look at you, you little shit. You're just getting bouncier every time I see you."
Yeah, gotta take
Oh,
a
look at the
step
cooking
also.
pots, huh? You're gonna start working the mess?
little once in a while. If we're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, need something to eat, can actually cook it up instead of make it jerky.
Sounds like you're getting posh.
Nah.
Salted jerky too good for you now?
Well, it's nice
Red
to have a change
crusts.
once in a while.
That's bad. Red crusts and dried fruit. And
It's better than like burnt meat on the stick.
well, suit yourself. It's the sailor's life for me. But regardless, yeah, what are you doing here? What the hell do you want?
I need to get to shit. What's the name called? Bridge place.
Borskier Bridge.
Oh yes, Borskier Bridge. Need to get to Borskier Bridge.
What do you need to get the Borskier Bridge for? On a ship?
Yep, got a mission.
Mission, very fancy.
Yeah, from the Waterdeep Council.
Make a persuasion check. She doesn't believe, or at least isn't gonna. We'll see if she believes you. Actually,
14 plus persuasion is 16.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah.
She goes. Yeah, and I'm the Lord of the Hells. Sure, whatever. Let's just get you to your dad, and I'm sure you can have a yelling match with him about it.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but maybe. You never know, right?
You never know.
He was pretty pissed off last time I saw him.
Sure. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. She'll believe you because you were talking to her about it before the war even ensued, and now you're looking pretty good and talking about the council. She goes, "What a council of Waterdeep sending you on missions now, huh? Moving up in the world. You're gonna break your old man's heart.
Maybe I'll return to the boat one day."
All right, well, better go see him, and she will take you to his captain's quarters.
Show him the red.
Show him the red, and you'll see the old salty man you call father. He's got like he looks about the same. I'd say he has a. I don't know if I've ever described him before, but I imagine him very like classic. He's not a pirate, but very classic sailor. He's like got a bit of like a Mr. Gibbs beard.
Yeah.
Sort of like a filled out sort of not mutton chop beard. Yeah, maybe like a little mutton. Nah, he's got like a full. It's not black beard. Maybe it's like white.
It has to be white because her hair's white and his hair's white.
Yeah. So and then he's got his hair like long and tied back. He's definitely balding on top, but he's got the tricorn.
Yeah.
He's got the long jacket with straps. He's definitely got a peg leg. I've decided because he's gotta. He's not a pirate. He's not a pirate, so he doesn't get the hook. But he's got the peg leg. Old John Silver, and he'll look up. He goes, "Oh, Ciela, you're returned, have you?"
Yep. She'll lean against the door frame and cross her arms.
Carla says, "Well, this is about the time where I'm going to leave before something gets thrown around." And she'll close the door behind her. Captain says, "Still chasing sky lizards."
Yeah. But not on my own volition now. Got a mission.
A mission? Mission from who?
Got to capture one of the dragon cult for the Waterdeep Council.
You're gonna cap the You're going after the dragons. He goes, "You're going after the dragon cult? They're assassinating lords of Waterdeep, painting a stripe on your back."
No, they've been ever since day one when I helped at Green Nest. I've been a target, so rather kill them first before they can kill me.
They wouldn't be trying to kill you if you got yourself involved like you listen to your old pops.
I know, but I am, and here we are.
Here we are, and now you want me to sail you into danger?
Well, not quite to danger, just outside of danger. We'll head in by foot.
Yes, sure. he just grumbled to himself for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I've told you what, I kicked you off me ship for this kinds of dangerous pursuits, child, and all you've done is gone and done more. Why would I let you on me ship now?
Because you're the person I trust the most.
Do you bat your eyelashes a little bit?
Nope.
Make me a persuasion check. Because
14.
I love you, Dad. 14?
Yep.
He goes, well, that's very sweet, Ciela, but I can't just be. I'm your father. I will not be sailing you into the heart of danger. It's just not right. It's not what a father ought to do to his daughter.
If you need to send me off to another ship, that's fine. I'll go with someone else.
Right.
Got a quote from the brawler over there, the criminal ship.
The brawler.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another persuasion check. Yeah, that's a threat. You make an intimidation check too, because you're
Okay, it's 15 for the persuasion, and the intimidation is the same thing. So intimidation is a 10.
At 10, he goes, oh, this is bloody madness. You're going. This needs to stop now, Sia. You need to stop before you've gone too far. You're getting into all kinds of danger. I've heard the rumors about Waterdeep. I heard that your one friend got himself killed.
He did, and now he's back.
You a horseshoe stick up your ass, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Stomps around a little bit.
She just stands at the door with her arms crossed, just watching him.
Give me one good reason why I should sail you into danger across my better judgment, why I should encourage these kinds of behavior.
Because at least you'll know where I am.
At least. What good will that do?
It'd be good to know where your daughter is, as opposed to not knowing and worrying more, because I could be anywhere. I'll be with my friends. I'll be with people who protect me, and I protect them. We've taken down 2 dragons ourselves.
But you're gonna have to pay.
That's fine.
Taking my own daughter away in combat. You want me to do it? 30 gold a day.
30 gold?
Aye, 30 gold a day. It means so much to you.
All right, I'll talk to the others.
All right. I don't know this. Yeah, he'll ask for 30 gold.
Pardon?
You said I was just talking to myself more than anything. He'll charge you 30.
Okay. All right then. And
all right.
I'll just spin on my heel and walk out and go see the
You
others.
grumble as you walk away.
Yeah.
All right. You may return to the others. Terrence looks a little overwhelmed by the amount of sales and all that.
And she'll slap him on the shoulder and say, I got this, bud.
Yeah. I got this? I thought you had this.
No, I got this, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 options. We can ride with a bunch of criminals for 25 gold a day. Was it 25?
No, I was just saying you have 3 options because you got the.
Oh yes, 3 options.
You got the Voyager.
We have the Voyager, who we didn't get a quote yet from, and then we have my father, who's 30 gold a day, but we can trust him in the crew.
I mean, if you trust him,
Oh, he's my father.
yeah, let's. 30 gold a day isn't bad.
Not Pops.
Star's just eating fish on the side and that he's paid for, and it's just like,
Himmel, H-I-M-M-E-L.
Right.
and he's just like, oh
Definitely
yeah,
paid
yeah.
for.
He seems like a cool guy, even though he called me a cat last time. But sure, yeah, I trust him if Ciela trusts him.
Yeah. He's not happy about it, but at least he's honest, you know?
We can show him you're in good hands.
Yeah. Be good on the boat, help out. Everybody does what they're told, and we get there quick and safe.
I will throw out there your father is considerably better equipped than other sailing ships. Most ships are outfitted with a mangonel and a ballista, and that's it. The Wet Maiden is outfitted with cannons.
Yeah, the White Maiden's seen some action.
It's seen more action than your father's comfortable with, and thus has received significant upgrades.
Yeah. Safer ship too.
May as well be a war.
Does it still have room?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, does it still have room for our steeds?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, 100%.
I'm gonna take a quick look, but I might go as far as to say that your father's ship might classify as a warship at this point, because it's certainly better armed than a lot of ships. Yeah, you know what? I'll say the Wet Maiden is largely considered the fastest warship in the Sword Coast. Your father has quite a claim to fame because it sails about as fast as a sailing ship.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna add a little like mythology to your ship right now. Like people revere your dad because nobody really knows why or how, but your ship is considered like it's as fast as any sail ship, which is remarkably impressive. But it is better armed than most warships on the Sword Coast. So he's the ultimate cargo guy. So when like the Lord's Alliance needs like a huge shipment of gold transported to Baldur's Gate or something, they call him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's in water. That's why he's like doing the Neverwinter Waterdeep Baldur's Gate runs so much, because he does the most dangerous runs out there.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knows the secret, not even you. Only your father knows why your ship runs, why your ship is so damn fast.
That's fine. He can have his little dirty secrets.
All right, keep your secrets.
Oh, maybe we can bring the gold, and then he can make a trip down to Waterdeep after we get dropped off. Or not Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate.
We can bring it up. It's gonna cost more, but you can bring it up. You guys want to meet him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Nom 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 fish. Okay, nom 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 nom.
And so I'll just give Star a look like, we want to finish eating that before you meet my dad again.
Right, it's gone. See, God.
Okay. I somehow don't trust you. All right, let's go.
My goodness. You guys go aboard the ship, and I haven't quite stocked it. I'm just kind of putting the ship together, What Maiden. But you guys, some of you have seen it from the aside, but you guys step onto what is probably the most impressive ship you've ever been on. You're quite accustomed to it, Ciel. It's going with that. It's seen remarkable upgrades over the years. Especially, I think everything kind of started with your past, where you first encountered all those things. That's when your dad was like, "We're putting cannons on this bitch." So this thing is very much built to stave off any attack, hopefully. But you guys step onto this incredible ship, and you are going to see that there's many sailors running around, couple dozen, maybe 1 or 2 dozen sailors running around, getting all the ropes prepared and whatnot. There's bosuns here and there, or there is a bosun, quartermaster. There's probably a cook below deck. But you also see the place is well armed with engineers. There's a surgeon in there now. So, like, it used to be just like a sailor's calm position or whatever, but now he's up the staff and everything. There's like, that he's got about like 40 men at arms on the ship now to operate the cannons and for anti-boarding purposes and such. This thing is a fortress on the sea. And you guys all step before the most piratey pirate that isn't a pirate that you ever did see. You see with almost no resemblance to sea other than the white hair, being an air genasi and him being an old salt sailor, and he's got all those wrinkles. Yeah, exactly. He'll sort of step down the deck to meet you all. Again, I haven't put all the minis around here.
That's okay.
But, you see this rather gruff old sailory type. He's definitely like got his pipe in and he's breathing out the pipe and he's puffing out more smoke than pipes are really supposed to. So here are all the people that are getting my daughter into proper trouble.
It's even my ass.
Hey, the trouble found us.
Mm-hmm.
We're just responding in kind.
Well, I don't know your story, boy, but I do know her story, which is run the most dangerous thing you can possibly find flying across the sky and see where it roosts.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. He kind of puffs on his pipe more and looks at you, Terrence, the look of like, all right, I like this guy. It's like pretty quickly, it's like
where are my manners? I'll introduce myself. I'm Harvest Master Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've heard stories of you, the one they're calling the Immortal One, around the docks.
Yeah. Not quite immortal, but I've been given a second chance.
Well, I'm sure I don't know about all of the religious matter that you would. I simply say my prayers to the bitch queen. Hope she don't sink this tomorrow.
I'll say mine as well.
I admit I'm not. I'm sure I don't understand why. But of course, I mean no offense, lad, but it seems strange a cleric of farmers being this great hero everyone's talking about.
Sometimes heroes can come from unexpected places.
Fair enough.
I was called to action like everyone else here.
Fair enough. Pretty much the life of any sailor you ever met. Came from some strange landborne place and found themselves locked aboard a vessel of wood. You understand that? We'll sort of look past you, Terrence. Look at Shroud. And say, so, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, that's Shroud.
Why is Shroud's eyes glow?
Because
You're not bringing an evil spirit aboard my ship, are you?
No, they're not a spirit.
No?
It's passion. They glow with passion.
Make a persuasion or deception check, depending on if it is a persuasion or deception check.
That's probably deception. I'd be lying to myself unless it's like passion to
slice things open.
Yeah, to destroy.
To stab.
Yep.
The passion to kill.
Yeah. All right. I can see how that could work. Oh, nice. 16.
16. Was that a persuasion or deception?
16 persuasion. If it was deception, it would be 12. But
Well,
I
this
didn't.
one it is.
I didn't say passion of what. Yeah, passion of
The fight. Passion.
yeah. That's the nicest way to put it. The fight.
Looks like your mini. I don't think accurately represents how you look now, Shroud, because you've undergone many alterations. Like your armor's become medium. Your cloak isn't tattered. It's actually a little nicer now.
And it's red.
Once.
Yeah.
And it's red because you're usually red too.
And the
I
armor
also
is
have,
white because it's a
two
skull dragon.
weapons. Yeah, I also have like 2 weapons. I have that, what's that called? That new sword I just got, and the Dragon's Gleam, and my new shield, the arrow catching shield.
So you're literally a walking arsenal. You've got crazy armor, a fucked up shield, this dragon fucking war pick, a scary deadly great sword across your back, and then a very elegant long sword at your hip. And he's like, well, he looks at Ciela and he goes, and you know your dad. He looks at Shroud and is certainly impressed immediately, and then he almost seems a little more comfortable. Like just the mere appearance of Shroud makes your father just like a little more comfortable about your whole finding danger situation. He goes,
yeah.
So you're the right killer of the group, I expect.
And I'll stick my hand out to shake his.
He'll shake yours.
Mm-hmm.
Shroud. Strange name.
And I will and I feel like I haven't done this in a while. I'll instinctively like press on the chest plate that like folds down that says what the acronym is.
Like a mailbox. No. And he'll definitely take out like a monocle. Blimey, me. Well, I'm sure I don't know what your situation is, and I don't think I'm going to pry. And your father's just like genuinely just intimidated with the appearance of Shroud, as probably anyone Shroud has ever met. And then it turns to Star and goes, "Oh, I remember you. You're the cat, aren't you?"
Yes, I'm the cat.
What does a cat want to be doing sailing and hunting dragons?
Well, I do a better job than the ones that are on your ship for hunting mice.
Just trying to get the logistics down of that. You're saying you hunt more dragons than the cats on my ship hunt mice?
Yep.
Oh, maybe you can stay and show the cats a thing or two while you're here.
Start
That
just
you're
trying
pretty well armed, pretty well equipped too.
Throw him a fish and he's happy for the day.
I believe it. Like any old cat who was born. I can see for whatever reason, Aaron here has gone home. Oh no! She's alive.
I'm listening.
Oh, you're listening. Okay, sorry, I thought you were out. The Captain Himmel will turn to you, Aravir. And though there is an elegance to you, you're well equipped. You also look pretty battle ready. You've got nature. He goes, "Oh, you admit I'm having a hard time reading you there, milady. You got a sword at your hip, but you're not wearing any armor."
And I'll prestidigitate a little flame and say, magic's the name of my game.
Ooh, a catchphrase and all. Speaks well of you. All right, so we got magical elf. We got a walking death machine. We have a rather humble immortal cleric and a mouse catcher.
Star just gurgles and
You
gets mad.
gurgle.
I can see like this rat coming on the boat and Star just like throws one of his knives at it and just skewers it against the side of the thing.
I'll tell you what, Star. If you want, do you want to try and do something like that?
Yeah, sure. That would be great. Actually, I just
All
want
right.
to prove to him that I'm not that bad.
Make me a perception check.
Okay, perception. I got +5 on perception. So let's Come on, guys. Be nice to me tonight. 18.
18 will do it. You notice that there isn't a lot of mice around. You look in the corners where they would be, and you see one sort of like making its way over the top of the side of the outer wall, whatever it's called.
The
Sort of
railing.
scurried up the side of the
hull?
rail. Yeah, the hull and onto the railing. It sort of drops down into the shadow off of like a thick piece of rope and sort of goes to try and hide in the shadow of one of the cannons. Make me an attack roll.
Alright. Oh my god.
With a dagger.
Daga! Alright, let's see. Again, dice. Please. Please be nice. 15 plus 9 is
24.
24, yeah.
24. Mice have 1 hit point. So you're good. You just he goes, and a mouse catcher. And you just sort of like from your belt in one movement, you just kind of and there's a and you go, what the hell? As you like throw it, he goes, "You're gonna talk me riskers off with that." He looks and sees this like this, and the mouse sort of dies as you like hit it like right in the wall. And he goes, "All right, fair enough. Dragon Slayer, not Mouse Slayer.
I'll take it.
I'll tell you this year, at the very least, your band looks impressive. And apparently at least one of them is actually quite effective. All right, fine. 20 a day.
All right. And what if we wanted to pay a little extra to transport some money to Baldur's Gate?
Transport some money to Baldur's Gate.
Mhm.
Well, tell me the specifics.
Right. And Ciela will tell him about the hoard and how much is in it.
Let's say, well, older Ravengar is going to need someone to transport that gold for him. Give me the contract. I'll take you to the bridge for free.
Okay.
Make more off the contract anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fine. You know my terms. 20 gold a day for the bridge. Should get there in 9 days. And if you want us to continue on after dropping you off to the gate and drop off these funds, then we'll drop you off at the bridge for free.
Perfect.
All right. Those are my terms. Better you aboard this ship or I can shoot down any sky lizards coming for you.
Ciela will look at the others.
And you will note that he originally charged you 30, but...
Yeah, I noted that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll tell you what. You guys can... if you want to go deal with the logistics of that, just to get those out of the way.
Yep.
You guys can get back to the homestead for spot of lunch. And while you're there, you will get the report that Alder Ravengar is more than happy to accept the gold and from all of you in trust to be redistributed to the raided villages around the Baldur's Gate area, including Gloomlust, of course. And he will like send a messenger up quick. And he'll say like, give it an hour or two, and we will, and they'll try and see if we can't get the Wet Maiden to take the contract. And by the time you guys are done lunch, maybe you mill around the estate for another hour. The busy guy, that Ravengar. And around 2 hours, the messenger returns with another Mulder Ravengar that he'd be more than happy to commission the Wet Maiden to transport that gold to the gate.
Ciela will go and tell her dad.
Fantastic. Especially if you guys are going to be on the ship half the way. He's like, all right, for security, sure. Okay, you go with that around Getting towards the afternoon, you guys get on a carriage and you head down. And
Bring our mount.
Yeah, bring your mails. Bring your dragon. Bring your griffin. Yeah, and you guys head down there, and he says, he looks at your dragon with a deep amount of anxiety, and he goes, "Better be behaved, Ciela."
And Ciela will look at Largoth and say, "This is my father. Would you like to say hello to him?"
Lyragoth will go, "Father, this is the one who bred you?"
Yes.
And Lyragoth will sort of like do almost like the panther thing, go around the dock and then approach him and sort of like go up to like the full sort of serpentile height above your father, who looks pretty scared. Your father has probably one fear in the world, and that is dragons. Well,
Yeah.
two fears, and what dragons will do. But not like an irrational fear where he just like completely breaks down in the face of a dragon. But he's a pretty stone cold like commander under fire. But dragons are something he's not particularly comfortable with.
Yep. Ops, this is Largoth, and she is part of our team because we're stronger together.
He just sort of sighs. And Lyragoth, you'll see like the acid's just sort of rolling off of this like the not mangled, but just like the crisscross serrated teeth.
Yeah, and she said, "Be less scary."
Acid sort of drooling down, goes, "Why?"
Because he's on our team.
So
if
he's on our team, he shouldn't be shaking in arms.
Well, consider it a favor to me.
Make a persuasion.
Persuasion? Okay. Ah, 2.
I think Lyragoth just sort of just hisses and turns back to your father. And in common, apparently been working on her common lately, says, says, "Do you fear the shadows in the skies, old man?"
Face palms.
And he sort of, well, you're this troublemaker then that has been around my daughter. Because I'm the troublemaker. Your daughter has me battling my own kind. And he will say, and well, that rubs you the wrong way. Goes, "No, my superiority is assured with every fight. What vexes me is how confusing her stupid teachings are. Kill this, don't kill that. Innocent and bad, and what makes someone innocent? You didn't teach her very well who you're supposed to be allowed to kill, I don't think." And he looks at you, Ciela, like, what the fuck is going on? Look on his face. Like completely just like,
she's learning.
If she touches a member of my crew, there'll be hell to pay, Ciela.
I know.
Are those horses for her to eat?
No. She likes to hunt.
All right.
Horses are too easy a target. It's like fish barrel.
Is it? Yeah, Lyragoth goes, "I much prefer sharks. I like to prove whose teeth are sharp." Okay, I'm going to go captain the ship. And he will walk away.
Gil's going with these like.
Yeah, he's like he's fully being immersed into this like fantasy world he considers you to be living in at this point, and he is not. This is in every essence of the way. This seems like the most like intense analogy of a father trying to like a really like red father trying to accept his little girl is gay. and is like, I accept you, and now has to meet all of her gay friends. And some of them are more flamboyant than the others, Lyragoth being.
Yeah.
He's like, I am trying to be open-minded, but this is a lot. So that's kind of the vibe here. But basically, the first mate will come in and says, "All right, we'll stow your horses in the griffin in the cargo hold if you want us to do that tonight, or we can do it in the morning and we'll set sail. First
In the
leg.
morning.
Morning it is, and we'll get underway in the morning.
All right, Pops.
So wrap up anything you want to do in Waterdeep, and we'll see you in the morning."
She gives him a big hug.
He goes, "Oh yeah, so let's try and tone down your friends, fucking murder beast." And he'll just grumble and march off into the captain's quarters. And I think the first mate will say, "Well, Ciel, I'll make sure your bunk is ready just the way you like it."
Yeah, just dust it off.
Sure,
Take my
I
hammock.
will. Yep.
All right.
And yeah, you guys can head out. It's probably a little late in the day now after making all the arrangements to travel south. Is there anything you all would like to do in Waterdeep, or setting sail, or for the bridge? No, you did all your prep yesterday, mostly, didn't you?
Should probably pay our staff.
Oh, yeah, sure. Pay your staff, absolutely. I'm just keeping better track of it now too. Let me just travel down there. For the staff a week. Water, did I believe you paid them that day? Yeah. So the last time you paid them was when you got back from Waterdeep, and yeah, that's great. So 50 gold for the staff a week. Let's see. So we'll say that you're paid up till now, and that's a couple of white, and then it was a day yesterday, and then a day of prep, and then you're setting off tomorrow. So it is the 23rd. How much would you like to lead for your staff?
Well, we're gonna be gone a minimum of 18 days, right?
The travel is, well, that's just by ship. So if you end up taking land travel, it might, on the way back, it'll probably be longer.
Okay.
But as a reminder, your staff is like, if your staff wasn't as confident in you, they might want you to be paying directly on time. But a lot of people here are like deeply faithful to Chantia through you, so like they're not going to be pissed off if you if you're running
Isn't
a
that
little
also
late.
something we can have our steward take care of?
It's true. Your steward says, absolutely. If you want, I mean, I know you have a banking account, and if you wish to give me access to that account, I'd be more than happy to pay the staff through it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I want to make sure everybody gets paid when they're supposed to.
All right, I will make sure that they're paid, and I'll inform you of the balance upon your return. I'll keep close and sharp eye on it.
Thank you.
Is there anything we will be needing while you're gone? I've made the arrangements for the construction to begin. Do you need me to go do anything while you're gone, or do you want me to just maintain the house?
There's nothing that comes to my mind. Just make sure everybody gets paid and maintain the house.
Fair enough, Mr. Terrence. Good luck on your adventures. I hope you save us all from the oncoming demise of the whole world.
Oh, I hope so too.
Good luck averting the apocalypse. We'll maintain the fort here.
All right, and then I just leave.
Yeah, then you just walk away. You both are like, sip your tea, and then just walk in opposite directions. And then both go cry somewhere, maybe. At the end of the day, as the day is coming to an end, Eravir, you're going, if you're with us. Eravir. Nah, she's gone. She's gone. Oh, no. Oh, she's alive. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm here.
That's okay. That's totally okay. We're coming to the end of the session. But Eravir, as the sun is setting and people are making their final prep to leave and whatever, a courier comes for you, and it is a rather formal courier where the courier is accompanied by an elven ranger, and the courier himself is half elven.
Okay.
And he's dressed very formally, and you would definitely recognize to what retinue he belongs. And he'll present to you a very formal and sealed scroll. And you'll of course recognize the signet. And he will pay you with all the tributes. You'll speak to you in Elvish. Regard you as Princess Eravir. I come with word from the king. I have an official invitation for you to meet with him this very night, if it so pleases.
Yeah, she'll accept the invitation and read it right away.
You accept the invitation, you open it, you read it. It's very formal. It's not like, I admit I'm using the Dragon Age Elvish for my greetings, if anyone caught on to that. It's so like the very like the sort of informal, like amongst close friends or family is like a Netherall, but he's very Undran Atishan, which is very formal. And it's all in Elvish, and it's like a very formal. It's your father being a very good king and being a very good politician, very formal, very courteous, but there's not a lot of warmth, and that's very thin. But he basically, and it's not penned by him either. It's probably by one of his stewards, for you to join him for dinner this evening.
Oh, okay. And is it just me that he invites?
Just you, yes.
Okay,
The
cool.
Princess Eravir is made up to.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yeah, I'll tell the party that I have engagements with my father this evening.
Very formal engagement. Will you be dressing well for such a royal feast?
Yeah, if I think that would impress my father, she would definitely try to find like the best outfit.
Absolutely. Do you have any noble clothes on you, or will you have to pick up something on the way?
I don't know. That's a great question. Yeah, I do. Hmm.
Good.
There you go. You can throw on. I imagine you got that through your background, so it is
Yeah.
probably very traditionally Elven too. Um, it's nothing ball gowny. It's like noble comfort. You know, it's not like accentuated anything, but it will impress. It will do the job. Um, and you can get all dressed up, and you will a carriage will be made available to you by your father, and you will be brought to Waterdeep Castle to meet with your father and dine. But we will come to that next week, as it is getting late. So we will have Aravir's fateful reuniting with her father, beginning of the session, and then we will progress on to sailing the seas, which I'm sure will be completely safe, and there'll be no troubles at all. And no one even had to fire a single cannon. Probably not. Not putting you on a warship, you know, use the warship. All right, cool. Yeah, that'll be the session, and we'll pick it up next week. And Borskir Bridge is on the way as you track down Verum the White. Very cool. Very, very cool.